good morning, and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. My name is Carl Wasty, and please join me and two other amazing members of this incredible team as we take you on a journey to 9 a.m. It's Thursday morning. We're almost at the weekend, and almost at Heritage Day weekend, in fact. So Grant Hines starts things off. He's in the house, which means one thing only. It's fun and games in studio. He will be reviewing the latest, the Crew Motor Fest. Speaking of Hot Wheels, we actually also have Top Drifters. We will go head-to-head at Drift City Reloaded happening in Cape Town this weekend, so stay tuned to see the Hot Wheels that will be here live in studio. We're not going to give you the little car. We got the actual car here for you. And also gear up for Heritage Day with new outfit inspirations from Woolworths, as well as, listen to this, a vet cook 3 ways. And of course, this recipe is from Lazy Makoti. They'll show you exactly how. We've got a show that is essentially Breakfast and the Furious right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And let me tell you, I've got the perfect crew members that'll be driving you to 9 a.m. Take a look at these amazing crew members. They are family.
Family. And the funny thing, boy, I'm actually fasting as well. So we've got it all going down. I don't know what Zoe did, but she took out the steering wheel, so all bets are off, man. We didn't need to do that to get Zoe in, but we thought it would be polite. Yes, it's going to be crazy. How does it feel, Zoe? Do you feel the power?
This is really cool, but okay, now girls have bigger hips than boys. The seat is tight.
They made it like that for safety. For safety. It's for bucket seat safety, okay? We absolutely love it. No, we're not going to be able to drive these things like the pros. Oh, yeah, we're going to get all excited. But lest we forget, the small matter of a long weekend on the way. What are you going to be getting up to? That's what we'd love to hear from you. Inspire us with your weekend plans. It's Heritage Day on Sunday. We get Monday off as a result. What are you going to be doing? I see some people shaking their head. For those of you that aren't taking Monday off, thank you. We love you guys for keeping us in the game. But it's going to be a fun one. I have a feeling that this is going to make today's show unforgettable.
Oh, I love having, real cars in studio, so it really is going to be a fun show. Not one to be missed.
This kind of goes beyond being a real car. I don't know if it's real. I might still be sleeping. I don't know. I might still be dreaming. Let's find out. Let's get a dose of reality. Let's get those news and sporting headlines in, and then we will launch officially into this crazy 3 hours.
Well, let's do that. 2 minutes after 6, let's take a look at your news. Starting nationally, 3 Navy submariners have died after being washed from aboard the submarine SAS Mantatisi off Komeki in the Western Cape yesterday afternoon. The SA Navy said last night the incident occurred during a vertical replenishment exercise with a Super Lynx helicopter when high waves swept the crew members out to sea. NSRI spokesperson Craig Lamberton said that members of his emergency personnel participated in the rescue operation together with the police, the Air Force, the Navy, as well as Cape Town's rescue services and private rescue service as well. 5 other Navy members who were rescued were reportedly unharmed. Now, some 800 illegal miners, most of them undocumented immigrants, have been arrested during a 2-day operation in Kleinzia in the Northern Cape. 3 people were also injured when the police demolished a hostel at Springbok, where the illegal miners lived. Meanwhile, Johannesburg's power entity, City Power, yesterday disconnected electricity to several hijacked buildings in Jeppestown. And of course, the buildings are believed to be occupied by suspected illegal and extremely violent occupants. Now, on to international news. The European Union, the EU, has announced it's suspending financial aid to Zimbabwe's Electoral Commission due to concerns over the Commission's actions during the August elections. The EU has been donating money since 2022 to improve the capacity of Zimbabwe's Electoral Commission. The EU has also confirmed that payments to the World Food Programme for the delivery of humanitarian assistance in Somalia have been temporarily suspended. This follows after a United Nations investigation found widespread misuse and theft of aid supplies intended for Somalis in need. Now, Britain's King Charles and Queen Camilla have arrived in Paris on a 3-day state visit to France. Their first stop was the Arc de Triomphe, where they met President Emmanuel Macron as well as his wife Brigitte. The king relit the eternal flame at the tomb of the unknown soldier before a minute's silence prevailed. Next, the royal couple attended a state banquet alongside guests including Hugh Grant and Didier at the Palace of Versailles, where the king and Macron also toasted the friendship between the UK and France. And wrapping things up, ever heard of an all-in wrestling match on a train speeding at 290 kilometers per hour? An organized fight for which very, very expensive tickets were sold, and an entire carriage was hired for the event. 75 available seats were sold out in just 30 minutes, and legendary Japanese wrestlers Minoru Suzuki fought Sanshiro Tagaji on the 290km/h Nozomi Shinkansen bullet train between Tokyo and Nagoya on Monday. The two huge hunks grunted and grappled like mad, performing daring maneuvers as excited spectators recorded the mighty rumble and took pictures. They bashed each other for 30 minutes, and Suzuki triumphed. If you think the speeding train was an unusual venue, well, Suzuki and Tagaji, believe it or not, have grappled before at a bookshop and at a camping site as well. Their next venue, TBC. And that's it for news for now. Another update in 1 hour. Let's take a peek at the sport. Here's Graham.
Quite a lot to grapple with ahead of the weekend. Let's start with some cricket. 6 South African rookie cricketers are on the cusp of a transformative moment as they await selection in the SA20 rookie draft. It's big. So the draft, a novel addition to season 2, aims to spotlight young talent globally and is a great idea. So among 80 hopefuls, former SA under-19 captains Bryce Parsons and George van Heerden and then Juan James stand out. I think notably experienced domestic players like Jonathan Bird, Ruan Blanche, Mika Eel Prince, Liama Waku, and Tian van Vuren, all in contention. And the SA Emerging 11 also feature 7 potential SA20 rookies in the mix as well. The draft auction takes place next week. Good luck, gents. And then we move on to rugby, and Italy showed some resilience in a thrilling World Cup match last night, coming back from a halftime deficit to beat Uruguay 38-17 in Pool A. What a second half. So despite Italy having 2 players in the sin bin during the first half, Uruguay took a 17-7 lead. However, Italy capitalized on Uruguay's captain Andres Velasquez's yellow card early in that second half, scoring 2 converted tries and then ultimately taking control of the game. So Italy, who previously defeated Namibia 52-8, now secured a bonus point, and that sets up crucial matches against New Zealand and France on the 29th of September and then again on the 6th of October, respectively. Now we move on to football. In a triumphant return to the Champions League, Arsenal put on a spectacular display by defeating PSV Eindhoven 4-0 at the Emirates Stadium last night. So after an absence of 6 years from Europe's Premier Cup competition, the goals came courtesy of Bukayo Saka, Leandro Trossard, Gabriel Jesus, and Martin Odegaard, making it a memorable evening for Arsenal and their fans. Well done. And we move on to tennis, and South Africa is aiming for a return to the Davis Cup World Group 2 division and is optimistic about their promotion prospects. So despite the need to travel for their playoff clash against Vietnam, seeded 8th in the world Group 2 playoffs, South Africa believes in their chances, and they've got a strong young team. The global men's team tennis competition involves 24 teams worldwide, and a victory in their away tie in February 2024 would propel South Africa into that Davis Cup World Group 2 competition for the next season. Vietnam has only 1 player, world number 376 ranked Nam Hoang Lee in the top 1,000 rankings, whereas South Africa boasts now 5 singles players and 4 doubles players within that coveted top 1,000. So we'll certainly watch that space. And we'll urge you to continue to watch this space. We're all about motorsport this morning and drifting, in fact, and we'll bring you details of one of the coolest events that you can ever get to in person. So stick around for that. But right now, brand new day, brand new weather.
Thank you, Graham. Let's start off with your weather news. In the Free State, agriculture says the wildfires that have caused great damage in recent weeks in parts of the province will have a detrimental effect on food security that will take years to recover. Pastures burned, farmers suffered heavy livestock losses, and infrastructure was damaged. The SA Weather Service has meanwhile issued a warning that extremely high fire danger conditions are expected over Gauteng, in places over northwest, southern Limpopo, central and northern parts of the Free State, northern and central parts of the Eastern Cape, as well as the northeastern parts of the Northern Cape. On that note, let's take a look at your temperatures for today. Polokwane, expect a low of 13 and a high of 30. Mbombela, 18 with a high of 29. Pretoria, 14, 31. Johannesburg, 11, 29. If you're in Mahikeng today, 11's your low, 33 your high. Klerksdorp, 7, 32. Kimberley, 7 with a high of 30. If you're in Bloemfontein today, a sunny day with a low of 1, a high of 28. Richards Bay, 18 with a high of 30. Pietermaritzburg, 11, 32. If you're in Durban today, 19's your low, 26 your high. Mthatha, 9:31. East London, 13:25. Cradock, 6 with a high of 30. If you're in Gqeberha, 14's your low, 23 your high. George, 11:23. Cape Town, 10 with a high of 16 and some rain for today. Worcester, 8, reaching a high of 20. Sutherland, 4:18. And Uppington, a low of 8 with a high of 31 degrees Celsius. Well, those are your temperatures. Let's take a look at your sunrise views. Diane in Amanzimtoti is kicking us off this morning. Look at that gorgeous sunrise view. Faith shared this photo of the pink hues in the distance. This photo was taken in George. Cheryl in GQ snapped this outstanding moment while enjoying some hot chocolate. And Alison in Clutersville is outside and enjoying that peachy view. Thank you for sharing that sunrise view with us. Our number is 063-408-8863 if you would love to share a sunrise view with us.
Looking good with the sunrise views, and of course, looking even better on your Feel Good Breakfast show. This game will be reviewed by this man, Grant Hines, in the next couple of minutes. The Crew Motorfest, don't miss it. It is going to be one that you're going to have to add to your game collection. And talking about games, fun and games, because there is a certain way that this show will be going sideways with vehicles just like this one that you will see. So make sure you stick right there. If you love drifting, don't drift off into sleep again. Wake up with your Feel Good Breakfast show. We'll be right back after these.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, the motorheads are excited. It's a motorsport-inspired show today and the long-awaited The Crew Motorfest. The game is finally here. If you're into arcade racing games, this festival in a beautiful Hawaiian open world, a kind of racing sandbox, if you will, offers an action-packed driving experience in a couple of different modes as well. And our tech and gaming guru, Grant Hines, is here with the tiger's eye already, man.
I'm just going to warn you, this is a very hard game to race and talk about at the same time.
Okay, that's good.
It's
So I'm
just
going to
one
struggle
of
with what you're saying. Look, the cars are hot, which is going to be a first major tick.
Look at that.
When the family is building a family with family vehicles.
When the family is building a family?
I'm going to come home one day and my wife's going to be, that's not a family car. I'm saying, it's the family car.
Paul Walker's over there.
That's crazy, man. So break it down for us. So apparently you can drive anywhere you want. No, it's open. It's in Hawaii. And you're building a crew. That's as much as I know. Take it a step further.
So literally, if you've played the original Cruise, it's kind of like a spiritual successor. But if you played Forza Horizon 5, I think they're taking
it on the show. Yeah,
we did play it on the show, and it takes a lot from that game.
Okay, so it's very difficult to race.
So I'm just going to rewind the car quickly. I'm just going to rewind to like a proper position. There we go. Now we can take this checkpoint correctly.
Did you do that in life or just in the game? Did that happen in real life?
No, you see, if we fluff on TV, we can just rewind. That's how it works. No, it's a
rewind again, please. I'm sorry, I wasn't happy with what we just said there.
Okay, cool. Now we're back in. Yeah, we're back in.
That's crazy.
See how these new racing games are? It's not like that when we were kids. When you messed up like 5 minutes and you couldn't rewind.
Well, then you didn't have to wait until your turn cycled back around on like Colin McRae like 3 hours later when you got the remote back. You could just go back and try the line again. Just try that corner
it's
again.
About practicing. But also you get better at it. But here's the catch with this game. It's like an open world like playlist in like Hawaii, and you race all these different playlists, which are like a selection of races, which kind of give you a little bit of a history about car culture. Some of it's like monster trucks, some of it's about like Japanese customs. So we're actually on the Japanese customs playlist at the moment.
You can tell by the cars.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm going off the racetrack again. So that's a really cool way to learn about cars in a very like untraditional way, which is rad. And obviously, it's got, if you've played any of the other crews, you'll know that it's got a lot of different other kinds of vehicles as well.
I was going to ask, can you kind of trick out an aeroplane?
You can trick out an airplane. So you get airplanes, you get boats, you get like motorbikes, you get cars. It's all about like the wildest like setups that you can get.
For sure.
If you can race a vehicle, the whole idea is that you...
all-terrain vehicles, surely you must be able to.
I'm sure you... I actually haven't come across them yet in my plane, but I'm sure. Delivery scooter.
It looks great. It looks like it's quite accessible as a racing game goes.
Yes.
The racing and driving itself, as someone who's played a lot in the space, is it intuitive? Does it feel natural to drive it? Is it quite tricky to get the right...
Well,
I mean, you can race and you can do well.
It's about having fun with the cars. You know what I mean? A lot of cars are super serious. I think this is the fun game. You know, like having the ability, it encourages you to drift. You know, not many like racing games encourage you to drift. So like you'll get points as you go, and I've got a NOS, so I'm pumping the NOS. I'm going to drift this corner, and then you get points, and I'm encouraged to do that, which is something that's extremely rare. And then there's the story mode, obviously, while you're racing, where the different people, the different players, the different parts of the crew that you meet along the way, who are teaching you about these cars and vehicles, are like are talking to you while you're racing, which is really cool.
Yeah, I like the educational element there. That would be a good rewind to use.
That was terrible.
This is great. This is like a James Bond movie, in essence. The graphics look great. It's got a great flow to it. There's a kinetic energy to these racing games that kind of, get you into it. Does this sit well? Does it flow? Does it...
Look at this.
Jar? Oh, well
like,
done.
this is yeah, look, it's loads of fun. The one criticism that I have is that there's a lot of microtransactions that are thrown at you. So once you've bought the game, you can obviously spend some extra cash on other cars, which I don't like. It's just everywhere in the game. But you don't need to spend money to play it.
To enjoy it.
To enjoy it. So
okay.
It's obnoxious that it's around, but you still have so much fun playing this game and collecting your garage. And if you played the previous games and you have bought cars in those games or earned cars in those games,
transfer them.
you could transfer them over to this. Which is awesome.
See. So look, I think maybe for the right person who wants to spend their hard-earned cash on the stuff that really matters to them, this is a great way to express themselves. And I like the fact that they've given such an open space to be able to do that, whether it's in an era, in a kind of car, in a kind of racing, in a kind of vehicle. There's so many kind of touch points here. I love it, man.
Yeah, I give this a pretty solid 8 out of 10. Like, wow. I think it's the driving is a lot of fun. It's probably the best driving the series has had. And if you enjoy arcade races, there aren't too many other than like Forza Horizon. And if you're on a console like a PlayStation that doesn't have Forza Horizon, this is like the perfect option for you.
I love it, man. No, it does look like a huge amount of fun. Can we do it? Carl and I will find out. We're going to time trial a little bit later. But perhaps we can start filling our head with delusions of grandeur, Carl, and maybe actually believe that we could actually do this in real life.
I mean, I think we can. In fact, I'm going to hand over the wheel to you because you can save the date and rev up your excitement for an adrenaline-fueled adventure on September 24, 2024. And join us as we dive into the heart-pounding world of Drift City in Cape Town and get ready for a day filled with top drifters competing head-to-head on a technical course that demands speed, smoke, angle, and of course timing. Very important. Now here to chat to us about this adrenaline-filled day is driver Chris Long, as well as Drift City operations manager Natasha Peterson, who are here to make sure we can make light of this and of course get you all the details as well. I'm going to hop over here. So,
how's it going?
What's happening?
Right.
That's right. You see, I have to pop up here because this is how we do it. I mean, it's like it's a casual sort of vibe. But let's first start, Natasha, in terms of Drift City. Like, how did this entire concept start? I mean, was there a massive appeal when it came to drifting in the city? And of course, you just said, let's take city and drift, and then Drift City.
Put it together, yeah.
And how has it evolved over the years?
So I think what many people might not know is that a group of friends was sitting on the Grand Parade talking about all things motorsport, as boys do, as guys do. And there was birthed the initial concept for Drift City.
All right.
I think what is incredibly special about this event is that traditionally events like this happen on a traditional racetrack.
Yeah.
And so what we've done is we've merged the heritage and the love of motorsport and brought it right to the city centre, and now it's hosted on the Grand Parade. I mean, you cannot find a more historical place in Cape Town, and I think it's a locally birthed concept that has just increased in popularity by many South Africans, even globally. This event now has really just upped the game, as it were.
Well, talking about up the game, we got Chris Long over here. And I think this is a very cool opportunity for people to know a bit more about drifting itself. So for those who actually don't know what drifting is, all right, maybe they've drifted off, they haven't focused though. Can you give us a little crash course? Like what is the drifting concept? If somebody doesn't know about vehicles, cars, racing, what is it?
So drifting is essentially getting the car sideways, but in a competition format. So, you know, the proper way to drift is tandem competition. So you've got a lead driver and a chase driver. But you're essentially forcing the car to go out of being in a straight line, you know. So it's almost as if, you know, you pull the handbrake at a certain speed, like 100, 120 k's an hour, to intentionally go sideways around a corner. But then on top of that, you got essentially clipping points and a certain line that the judges would want you to drive.
Yes.
You know, it's a very intense sport, and it's great competition, and Drift City, you know, exposes that competition. You know, there's 32 of the best drifters from around the country. So
it's so cool, but I know there are challenges because you speak to 120 kilometers per hour and then putting the handbrake up and you're going sideways. Like in my car, I will flip over a couple of times and then some. So, I mean, what are some of the challenges that you guys face as drivers?
It's just more the nerves, essentially, you know, in the beginning. I mean, from the car setup, I mean, we dial the cars in, you know, throughout the whole year, you know, especially for an event like this. We try, you know, set the car up for that specific event. So we've got all the bells and whistles in the car, if you want to call it that. But from a driver perspective, it's just trying to be in focus and, you know, getting your head straight. But as soon as you release that clutch and you accelerate away, you know, all of that kind of disappears and the adrenaline kicks in, you know, so,
So for drift cars, Tropicana, of course, the experience is a bit different. You said you have judges, so the format of the entire race, though, you basically have to score points. You get runs and you get points. Is that correct?
Yeah, so for Drift City, we run a head-to-head competition.
Okay,
so,
cool.
as I mentioned, there's 32 of the best drifters from around the country. They go in a knockout sort of format, so it's a top 32. You have a qualifying run, so we only get 4 runs, I think, in total. You get your fastest guy, obviously going sideways. He'll be number 1, 32nd guy. They'll face each other, then it knocks out 16, 8, 4, until you get a final and a win.
This is so cool. Now, Natasha, with regard to the experience of any sort of Drift City, it's not only about this beautiful vehicle and the drivers, but there's a culture around drifting. And I know that even spectators, fans, people who are new to the sport can come and enjoy something like Drift City. So what's in it for them?
Yeah, so I think what we love about how we've built up this Drift City brand is that it's a motorsport and lifestyle event. And it literally has been created in the way that there is something to do for the whole family.
Nice.
So we have go-karting, we have incredible sponsor brand activation zones. There's, of course, an incredible food village. There's a go-karting area.
Oh.
And then we've got what is called spectator ride-alongs, where people can jump into a car with Malika, with Reddy D.
What?
And have a mini version of what these guys actually do on the track. And I think the other thing, just to add on to what Chris was saying, is that the track is a duplicate, so they're going head-to-head, and the audience is able to see them compete against each other. And that's an incredible thing to do and to watch. Yeah.
This is so cool. How do we get tickets? I want to see Chris race. I want to see you in action. I want to see the entire festival. Like, where do I get tickets? Sign me up.
CompuTicket. Online, please, or go to a retail outlet where there's a CompuTicket kiosk. Get your tickets. 150 Rand gets you in. It's cheap. For a full day experience on Heritage Day, celebrating safe motorsport in the Western Cape.
And that's exactly what it's about, though. It's a lot of safety protocols, but of course, all of this is sorted, and I love this. So, Natasha and Chris, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, what are you doing now? You're going to come through? You're going to start the car?
Yeah, we're going to go.
I mean,
yes, baby. Just get in here, get in here. All right, don't forget your steering wheel. I think you're going to need that. Just go for it. There you go. You can start. You can just hear this thing starting to rumble. Oh, yeah. That's it. Here we go. Thank you so much. So I can't hear my left ear, but in my right ear, I'm telling you, it's your feel-good breakfast show. And make sure you stick with us because we've got much more action coming your way very, very soon. It's going to be unreal. Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso breakfast show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the Boks are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win with rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Don't adjust your TV set. Certainly don't adjust the volume. I think we're back to normal level. Can you hear me, Carl? Can you hear me?
So there was a vehicle in here earlier and they revved and now I can't hear much, but I can see you.
I can see you, man, and we can see this Springbok team. Welcome back, guys. It's a crazy show today. But lest we forget, we have got the Rugby World Cup ramping up into another gear this weekend. And, of course, one of our major powerhouses, Eben Etzebeth, is going to play a major part because he's back, baby. So we thought, let's take a look back, in fact. And from youth promise to international glory, we uncover the pivotal moments in the career of the Springbok living legend.
So, you know, Eben Etzebeth, I mean, it started off with just rising from the ranks. In fact, Eben, his journey to rugby stardom began in the youth structures of the Western Province, of course, notably featuring the Under-18 Craven Week tournament while still in high school at Hoërskool at Tygerberg, as in the one that just produces some incredible talent. In fact, now the school has been inspired to produce even more. That's thanks to Eben.
Yeah, oh no, completely. You can imagine what those selectors and those scouts must have thought the first time they saw this kid walk onto a field.
Yeah.
Wow, and he's had to prove his mettle. He's been through the fire despite early career injuries. Etzebeth's resilience shone through when he joined the Stormers squad for the 2012 Super Rugby season, and what an impact. He made an immediate impact, appearing in 13 matches and helping the team reach the semi-finals of that year.
And then how about his international career? He had to rise to fame over there. I mean, you literally cannot ignore somebody of this titanic talent. Now, Etzebeth's Springbok journey began in 2012 when he was called up to the national squad. He swiftly established himself as a key figure in the second row, boasting an impressive 29 appearances by the end of the 2014 Rugby Championship. And, of course, following the footsteps of the Victor Matfield and Bakkies Botha's of this world, who actually revere him now.
Yeah, oh, completely. And he was saying Andries Becker is a major influence of his. And you can imagine they got to stand on the same field.
Next to each other.
Incredible, man. And Etzebeth played an instrumental role in South Africa's 2019 Rugby World Cup victory. Obviously, he was very much a part of their physical dominance of everybody, contributing to that massive triumph over England in the final. Oh.
And, of course, rugby, you know, there are personal lives as well that we have to focus on too. I mean, that's where you develop such strength in your own life. So, known for his immense strength and consistency, Etzebeth actually reached his 100th Test cap back in July 2022, making him only the 7th Springbok to achieve this milestone in his personal life. Also includes his marriage to actress and singer Annelia van Rensburg, with a memorable moment being her rendition of the national anthem at his 100th Test cap celebration. I mean, who wouldn't be motivated by that?
Yeah, no, we didn't play it this morning because we're a cry risk.
No, we are definitely right.
I just wanted to ask you, how many times have you interviewed Eben? How do you work through that? Do you invite him into your studio?
Yes. So basically what I do is, right, I'll say, Eben, let's go sit down on the floor and chat. And then he sits, but then I stay standing and then we talk. It's fantastic. It's the perfect way.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. You know, I'm sorry, after dragging you through that, my friend, I owe you something sweet. Let's get a Springbok-inspired sweet treat unlike any other. We absolutely love the fact that we get to revel. Now, I want to say, for someone who is so young to have achieved what he has achieved on the physical back, literally, he's carried us all on his shoulders. I know they're big enough to do it, but we love you, Eben. Stay safe, stay uninjured. Now, I think, my friend, we can reward ourselves with something sweet.
We have to.
So Lint has kicked things up a notch with their new, again, and just, I want you to pause and take a breath before you hear this.
Pause.
Okay, the Lint, engage. Lindor, 337 gram. Rugby sleeve.
That's so cool.
It's a rugby sleeve, guys. You don't understand, okay, literally and figuratively, okay? It's especially crafted to add just a touch of luxury to your Rugby World Cup celebrations. It's the perfect way to elevate your game day experience and gift someone something extra special on game day.
I think this is actually quite a party trick because, you know, if there are going to be a couple of games you're going to be watching, like park this on the table and say, hey, I've even got, you know, Lint to sort us out with something fantastic. So share it, put it on the table with friends, you know, at the bride party. I think it's perfect for a bride dessert if you think about it as well. And the new sleeve is actually great for display and eating, as mentioned. After the game, especially when it becomes stressful, but also to celebrate a Springbok victory, why not indulge in a Lindor truffle to edge things off?
Yeah, man, get yourself revved during the game, give a couple to your kids pre-game and take things to another level. I absolutely love. My son is actually, he's probably watching right now and is asking, Mom to send me a voice note to get one of those sleeves and bring it home, and we are here for that because we want to celebrate rugby with a moment of bliss, and that's what's in that beautiful container. So here's the deal. You stand a chance to win a lint hamper to the value of 1,000 Rand. All you got to do to get your hands on this is reply to the competition question on our Expresso Facebook, Instagram pages and tell us which lint product will you be eating during the next World Cup match. Tough choice, but you can do it. Don't forget that hashtag rugby with Lindo, and you can find the terms and conditions that apply on expressoshow.com. Good luck. There's going to be a lot of entrants for this.
Oh,
yeah. Feeling.
Look at that.
Yummy.
Well, listen, ladies, this is for you because when it comes to shaving, yes, it's something we do a little bit more when the warmer months are around. And yeah, we all like to hibernate and be lazy during the winter. But summer is coming up, which means we need to make sure that we keep our legs and all of our favorite body parts cleanly shaven without any of the cuts. Now, I know that there is a lot going on, so I thought, why not introduce you to my 3 new best friends? So Big Soleil, they have got the imperfect razors to make sure that you have what you need for any specific target area that you want to focus on. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the different razors. So first up over here, we have the Big Miss Soleil. Now, with the Miss Soleil, you can expect a smooth, close shave with 3 high-quality stainless steel blades and a twin lubricating strip enriched with vitamin E that provides an easy glide. And the wide curved handle, it is also ergonomically perfect because look at that, it fits into your hand easily and it really gives you the perfect fit for your hand. So that is Miss Soleil. The next one I want to introduce you is here, the Big Soleil Bella. Now, the Soleil Bella is specifically designed to give you the smoothest, most comfortable shave, and that's thanks to 4 movable blades with an extra large lubricated strip formulated with coconut milk for a better glide. The Soleil Bella will also leave your skin feeling silky, smooth, and soft. And now this one, my newest friend I want to introduce you to is the Big Soleil Click 3. Now, it is the all-new Big Soleil Click 3 and Click 3 Sensitive is good for you and for your, in fact, for the environment as well. Now, the handle is made of 30% recycled plastic and it is fully recyclable packaging. It promises to give you the performance you want with 3 independent spring-mounted movable blades that will hug your every curve. It's enriched with aloe vera and vitamin E for soft skin. So there you have it, ladies, everything that you need so you can choose soft with Big Soleil and the all-new Big Soleil Click 3 and the Click 3 Sensitive enriched with aloe vera for the silkiest results. These are now available at all major retail stores. So now you can go and make sure you have a smooth summer.
Thank you so much for that. As the beautiful drifting engine sounds dissipate in the distance, we can focus on the heart of the home, the kitchen, and we're whipping up something truly special. We've got a lemon apricot snook that smells exquisite. And of course, we're going to serve it with some gorgeous rooster cook as well. Absolutely beautiful. Then it is a Thursday, so we're going to do a little throwback Thursday, but the Rugby World Cup edition. Lorenzo Dorison joins us for that in just a moment. Stick around.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Whether you're breaking the fast or testing your fast this morning, we've got so much to keep you enthralled. The smells coming out of the braai in the back here, absolutely amazing. So stick around for that. And of course, perfect prelude for the weekend. But seeing as we are focusing on all things rugby, we thought being a Thursday, let's throw it back with some great memories with the proud sponsors of the 2023 Rugby World Cup, Total Energies. And of course, our special guest, great to have him back in studio, our Good Hope FM sports anchor, Lorenzo Dunn.
Hey,
welcome back, buddy.
Gee, I'm well, thank you.
So we're going to take a walk through down memory lane now. Are some standout moments that will be engraved on our hearts forever when it comes to Rugby World Cup history. So let's do a little bit of a dive into some of those moments. And you might not know these things, and I've been figuring out some of these magical moments as we go as well. But did you know that Ormashia was Uruguay's first try scorer at a Rugby World Cup? What does that mean for a player and a team? He was 26 days old when his try set Uruguay on the way to the 27-15 win against Spain. Okay, just put that into perspective. That's where his life began. Uruguay has come a long way since then, since that very first try. What do you think it means for this team, for him and his family? Obviously, really special. And we've seen a lot about that South African connection, but for Uruguay, something really remarkable.
Absolutely amazing. And this is the nice thing, and this is what World Rugby is trying to do at the moment. They're trying to invest in those tier 2 nations. And, you know, you've got this high performance word that gets thrown around all the time. The Springboks are a high performance team. The Irish are a high performance team.
The All Blacks are.
The All Blacks are a high performance team. But now they're all going and they're trying to level it out so that every team is a performance team. So you've got Super Rugby South America that's now brought these teams together, and we can see what's happened in the past.
But you can see the base structures, just even the set play, the line-outs, the mauling, everything.
Everything, and that is what World Rugby is doing at the moment, but because they're doing these coaches exchange. So a lot of South African, what a lot of people don't know is that we've got so many South African coaches that are being utilized by World Rugby to go out to these countries that don't have rugby in their primary schools and in their high schools like we have, and trying to build those there. And that's why we see the basics being done so well at the moment.
And we love it, And I think any team, you fear any team at the World Cup now as a result. I love it. Then, of course, we've got our record breakers, the All Blacks for New Zealand, were the first nation to win back-to-back Rugby World Cups in years 87 and 2011, then dominated again in 2015. I almost respect the All Blacks more now that I've seen them lose. It sounds bizarre, dude. I don't know why, but looking at the talent of some of those young players and the history in that country, we think we live and breathe rugby.
No,
if you've been to New Zealand, it's built around rugby. It's their everything. They don't have anything. Well, they've got a bit of cricket, but...
a bit of cricket, a bit of footy there, you know, Oceania.
You count them out at your peril. This is traditionally the best side in the world.
Traditionally, yes. And if you look at the stats, they're still in the top 3 to take the World Cup. Even if they've lost their opening game, and it's reminiscent of what happened in 2019 as well, is the fact that they beat us, and they, you know, we were bubbling at the bottom.
Knocking on that door.
And we were knocking on the door, but when the All Blacks have 2 years of losses and then come back into a year before the World Cup, they still voted or pushed as the #1 team in the world, even when they're not #1 on the rankings.
Even when they're not winning, and because they've got the talent. And
they've got it, definitely.
Some stories that we wanted to see unfold, of course, within the French story, the narrative, the hosts of the 2023 Rugby World Cup, France, are record breakers for having the first father-son, the Intermax duo, both represent France. And Father Emile played in the 95 and 99 tournaments. I actually feel privileged that I was able to see him play. Then, of course, Romain was selected for Les Bleus in the 2019 Rugby World Cup against Argentina. This is very rare. I mean, it's heartbreaking to not have that in the mix now with this one, and a massive blow for France. But that is something truly special. We owe the Intermax, man.
No, definitely. And I love the fact that we've got this going on for so many years. Let's bring it closer to home. The Burgers, Skulk Senior and Skulk Junior as well. And then, you know, you've got Kobus, and his dad was a prolific sprinter as well. So that's where he gets his speed from, but also played rugby. And then if we look at what's happening currently at the World Cup, the Farrells, Ireland and England, you know?
Word. I didn't even
They're keeping it over there.
I love that, man. So, of course, we bring history back to the moment today. France up against Namibia. Namibia, I think, would have earned kudos for how they play, but they got to taste the All Blacks. They understand what that's all about. Massive injury blow. They would be feeling buoyed by the emotion of being there, but I think this is crunch time for those teams that have maybe not got the depth that these top teams have. When you're playing a third game with a similar team, it's going to be tough for Namibia, and France have to kind of win this one by a big margin.
Yes, they do need to, and if you look at what they've done is Galtier has gone back and he actually pushed his first-team players to get the win and to get the points because they need it at the moment. If you look at what's happening in that group, Italy is sitting at the top at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, I never expected to see Italy sitting in Pool A.
I did warn you, man. I just had a feeling. No, it's a young side that almost is too young to understand that they shouldn't be dominating. They don't care. They are there. And I think they were very much inspired by young Intermax France, you know, during their European competition. Buddy, it's going to be an absolute cracker tonight, and we get to talk about this all over again tomorrow because it's a big Rugby World Cup weekend. So many festivities. So if you need to get ready, get prepped for game day, for multiple games on one day, head over to your Total Energy service station to obviously top up on your fuel, your bright charcoal, your firelighters, all of the snacks that you might have forgotten, some drinks for the big game, and of course the joy here is that you get to earn club points that can be redeemed for cashback vouchers if that's what you need, so you can save on those future purchases. There are so many little added bonuses for doing what you normally do every day anyway. Enjoy game day. In fact, we've got another way to elevate game day right now and make it quite bougie.
Just like in rugby, it's uniting our energies that helps us move forward.
Well, listen, we are getting super excited for game day, and we thought, why not have some fun and serve up the deliciousness, because nothing matches the unique smoky flavor that you get when cooking with a quality charcoal grill, making it the ideal choice for any braai. Now, it's your ticket to mouth-watering meals that will leave everyone craving for more, and this morning we are dialing up the heat and making an apricot lemon snook served with roosterkoek just in time for the weekend games that are ahead, as well as Braai Day. I mean, what a great way to serve Braai Day.
I'm just so happy to be braaiing in studio. This is the best time of my life. Let's do this. And I'm a big fan of snook. It's always actually, for me, snook for a braai in my sort of braai culture at home is always the starter.
Yes.
It's very quick, it's easy, you plonk it on the table and then everybody else can just enjoy and indulge while you're busy with the other meats. But what are you doing over there?
So we are going to make a apricot jam marinade. So I've got some apricot jam, and we just heated it a little bit to make it easier to be pourable. I'm adding a little bit of lemon juice, some melted butter. Wasey, if you don't mind, can you chop up some herbs? In fact, we can just add the herbs.
Yes, but I will crush them finely for you.
Crush them for me. We're adding some melted butter, and we're going to add a bit of garlic.
Nice.
And we're going to season with salt and pepper.
Okay, great stuff.
Oh, we've mixed the salt in there. We've got a lot of pepper. Oh, there we go.
So it's okay. I like a lot of pepper.
And you want to season this properly. Oh, I love.
Do you want some in there? Why
add
not?
some in there.
Just go for it. Just add a bit.
Add some of the dole.
And that'll be
going to be rustic with
decoration
this.
afterwards.
And this is the marinade that we're going to gently brush onto our snook. Now, do you want to get started on our vet cook?
Absolutely. So the thing is, I'm going to just grab just a nice punch of this, okay? And the great thing is, actually, I got some of the herbs in here, so now I've actually dotted it with some herbs.
Oh,
it's always good.
fantastic. That's
and I'm just going to work it a bit more, and I've got super hot coals here. I would suggest you do it on medium coals so that you don't burn, so it does get a chance to cook in the inside. What happens with hot coals, that it burns on the outside, so make sure you're either splitting your coals or you have medium coals on your particular fire, which is very important.
Amazing.
What are you doing next?
So before I brush our snook with our apricot marinade, I just want to let you know that today we are using Weber's original kettle to make our delicious dish.
Nice.
Now, Weber's range of charcoal barbecues offers something for everyone, from portable smokers to their versatile Kamado series to the original and time-tested kettle series grill. Now, direct braaiing is a versatile high heat method used to cook relatively small to thin pieces of food really quickly. We've got a very thin piece of snook here, so you really do not want to overcook this. And when it comes comes to indirect braaiing, it is the right method for cooking thicker foods using low-medium heat. And adjusting the air dampers will also increase or decrease your temperature, and the more air going into the braai, the hotter the braai will get. You know when people say, let's get the coals going on blaas hulle so?
Yes.
Yep, that's to get more heat going. And remember to always keep the lid on, always. So I know you said the coals are a little hot for you, but you're going to work with
I'm
it.
working it. Don't worry, I got you covered.
And I'm going to
And you're basting, and that's beautiful, you know? That's
baste our
what we need.
marinade. And we'll add this to the coals as well.
Also, I can confirm that I have 0 forearm hair left. The coals are that hot, I feel it. And that's, you know what, who needs forearm hair anyway? It's like that, it's great. Just like that, beautiful. And then we work it through, and then we'll use that a little bit later. But so far, it's looking good, it's puffing up nicely. As mentioned, medium coals preferable, but we're gonna work with this anyway, just to make sure. And also just be very careful with hot coals, please. I don't want you to burn your fingers. All right, and what do you have there?
I've got our fish ready. I can just add it over here, but I think we want to maybe finish off our roaster cookies first.
I actually gave you a bit of a gap there if you want to, but obviously this is super warm, so we're going to want to make sure that...
you want to get the lid on eventually.
Exactly. It'll get there eventually. But so far, it's looking good. I mean, I've already got a roaster cook puffing up nicely over here.
Beautiful.
So it needs a bit more time, so it'll take its time over there.
And I mean, this is a great marinade if you also want to maybe dip your roaster cook into this apricot marinade that we made. A great way to just make sure you kill all the bacteria is just heat it up in the microwave for a couple of seconds, and you are ready to also dip your roaster cook into that apricot marinade. I mean, for me, a roaster cook broodjie, it needs to be, when it comes to the toppings, you want that butter, you want that jam, you want that cheese, you want that meat. You just want to really fill it, but also enjoy it on its own.
Lovely. This is going well so far.
Okay, and you can just keep basting.
This is great, though. Okay, we're going to keep on basting, and the roaster cook's going to complete itself over here. I think what we can do is, you can go and chill, maybe get the fire started. Why not? It's that type of weekend, Heritage Day weekend. Don't wait for the weekend. Just braai in the morning. Why not? Okay, have breakfast.
And there we go. And while we're enjoying our apricot, snoek, and vet cook, if you want to get your hands on this recipe, you can simply head on over to our website, expressoshow.com.
It's looking good.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much. It's a supercharged show today. We are all over the place, and we are loving it because we get to race, and we're going to race against each other. We're going to try and do a bit of a time trial type vibe here. We are playing the crew.
I'm going to restart. I'm just restarting this event.
Thank you. Okay, so set the scene for us here.
Okay,
Where
cool.
are we racing? What are we racing? What's it
So we're
about?
racing American muscle cars. One of the best parts about the crew is that it's all about, you got to go. This is your time trial starts now.
I don't even know how. What's
There we go.
accelerator? What's brake?
You are accelerating. It's the right trigger and then
Why am I
brake.
moving so slowly then?
Just
Are
because
the other guys much faster than me?
yeah, you just don't have as fast a car. That's,
Okay,
that's
all right.
science. That's how it
Can I
works.
call Mr. Wasty in here so I can rub it in his face while I... There we go.
Go for it.
Last of the late breakers. I haven't figured out how to brake yet, which is dangerous for you, my friend.
So all the races are kind of themed. The
Yes.
playlists are kind of themed. So this is the American Muscle Car one, which is a lot of fun. People love American Muscle Cars. They're loud. They broke your ears.
Oh,
that kind
that's
of
why
Yes,
it's so
sure.
unmaneuverable, because it's a muscle car. Get out of my way.
I just don't think you're good at driving. You can't blame the car.
Come on.
But the time on this
Drive
lap,
not-
and I want
drive
to see
not
if you
gas.
can do it. The world's best right now, because
Yeah, yeah.
it's an online game,
Yes.
is 2 minutes.
Wow.
I just don't think that Graham's got it in him. We're already like a minute in.
Oh, I just discovered the NOS gas, dude. I got it in me, my
The
friend.
NOS gas.
Whatever
So
that is.
The NOS gas.
the
It's when your nose farts. It's
Yeah.
nose gas.
And now you're in somebody's... Why is
Are you
the yard?
shopping?
What's the reverse? I was trying to park just to have a visit with my granny there.
Oh, that's
My
sweet.
granny lives in Hawaii. Didn't you guys know that?
Oh.
Look, I'm embarrassed. I didn't even know why. Graham!
Dude.
I thought you would use. You should see how big talk he
parked
was
the
before
field.
the cameras went live. He's like,
Yeah, no, look.
upgraded racing games. This is all chilled. I could do this. Carl's got nothing. Look at
And you
this.
said it was easy as well, which might have been a bit of a...
There we go.
going all in.
This is a straight. Go for it.
Look, it's.
I'm
I
trying
mean,
to hit
it's
as
not
many
that
markers as
hard. I mean, maybe
no,
you're
it
just
isn't.
that
No,
bad.
I haven't...
I don't know.
Oh,
like I
that's...
say,
I mean,
I still
we were
haven't figured
drifting
out-
earlier. You wanted to
Did
drift.
almost
Okay, if you want to learn how to drift, you
Yeah.
just tap the.
What is brake, by the way?
The brake is your left trigger.
Okay.
Maybe that's a good start.
Yes.
That's a You won't be
go with the
smashing
brakes
into
on.
everything.
Wow, and it wants to drift, eh?
You just tap B.
Oh.
So tap B on the controller. It's the red button, and then you turn into the direction that you
Handbrake.
want to
Oh, that's so
Whoa,
cool.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that is your handbrake.
Oh,
I
man.
don't know if I should tell him what the game controller thinks or the car things are, because
That's a scratch. It's just a scratch.
imagine saying that to somebody who owns a muscle car. What's this,
Okay,
a
we're gonna need
Mustang?
this. Wow.
Yo, this
I
is
love
so-
the
yeah.
fact that this is under your name as well.
Oh, that's the worst part.
no,
Playing
you're
on
stats,
mine under my name. This is the worst. You're still coming 8th. Tim is beating you. Tim is first.
Who is Tim? Is Tim actually racing right
Look,
now?
the best time is 2 minutes, and we
Yeah,
have like
yeah.
2.5 minutes onto this clock, and we
Yeah.
only 2/3 of this
No,
lap.
so-
I'm actually very disappointed in your
handling
Come on, man.
wise,
You're supposed to be propping me up here. You're my. the
I'm
commentator
here for your hype, man. Handling wise, compared to other games that we've tested on the show, this feels like it's quite loose. I mean, or maybe it's Graham. I don't know.
Yeah, no, look. This,
Maybe he
this
hasn't.
does-
There's traction control, so maybe he hasn't added his traction control.
There we
There's a
go.
lot of car
Definitely not.
tuning, which is really cool.
All right, cool.
And it also depends on the vehicles that you're driving, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
You,
You know,
look,
you could
to
do
be quite
boats.
honest, this does feel like a muscle car and not a racing car. If you know what I mean. This doesn't feel like a fun car to.
It doesn't feel like a fun car to drive.
You know what? To race. It feels like
Oh.
a fun car to drive fast, undoubtedly. But there we go. Okay. So we're not going to break the world record.
No, we're nowhere
doing
near
well.
breaking the world record.
Okay.
Grant, you've got a lot of practice to do. I'm
No,
sorry,
man.
Carl.
Hey, listen, it's a first try. Oh, there we go.
I don't think I'm going to be any better, to be fair, but I'm going to
think
be
you
stay
might
positive.
dude. I think you might be. There we go. Ah, nice. Now once you've got the...
I think.
I feel like I've got training wheels now.
That's it,
Just a little
smooth.
bit.
Look, I think that there are many people out there
Yeah.
who are much better than Graham. In fact,
Most people, I would assume most people who have played this game are better than me.
maybe you're Graham. You know?
Oh, man. And it just wants to go, eh? It just wants to go. My gran might have got in the car while I stopped at her house.
4 minutes in, hey? Double the time.
This is great, though. It is really, really cool. Well, okay, Graham's going to continue doing so. I'll give it a shot in a bit later.
Next 30 minutes.
But what we do need is to take a look at not only this, but there are some other Fast and Furious headlines that you need to hear about. And Zoe has got all the news lined up.
Where are all my friends? Where my friends gone?
Thank you, gentlemen. Well, there's a lot of action in studio at the moment. Let's quickly look at your national headlines as it turns 7 o'clock. The Gauteng Department of Education has confirmed that some 90 pupils in Shoshanguve were receiving treatment in hospital yesterday after eating so-called space cookies. The department says the unsuspected learners brought the cookies laced with dagga from a street vendor yesterday. The learners in grade R to grade 7 at Pulumadibogo Primary School reportedly experienced nausea and stomach cramps. All the affected learners were attended to by emergency services on the school premises. The police have since identified the street vendor. And 3 Navy submariners have died after being washed from aboard the submarine SAS Manta Tishi off Komiki in the Western Cape yesterday afternoon. The SA Navy said last night the incident occurred during a vertical replenishment exercise with a Super Lynx helicopter when high waves swept the crew members out to sea. NSRI spokesperson Craig Lambinon said that some members of the emergency personnel participated in the rescue operation together with the police, the Air Force, the Navy, Cape Town's rescue service, and a private rescue service. 5 other Navy members who were rescued were reportedly unharmed. Moving to news abroad, Ukraine has said it will set up grain hubs in Kenya to tackle food insecurity. President Volodymyr Zelensky announced the plan after he'd met Kenya's President William Ruto and SA's President Cyril Ramaphosa on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York. Ukraine is a major supplier of grain to Africa. Ruto said the Ukrainian president had committed to establishing a grain hub in Kenya's coastal city of Mombasa to help address food shortages in East Africa. Kenya has been one of Africa's foremost supporters of Ukraine following Russia's invasion. And staying with news abroad, the European Union has announced it is suspending financial aid to Zimbabwe's Electoral Commission due to concerns over the Commission's actions during August election. The EU has been donating money since 2022 to improve the capacity of Zimbabwe's Electoral Commission. The EU has also confirmed that payments to the World Food Programme for the delivery of humanitarian assistance in Somalia have been temporarily suspended. This follows after a United Nations investigation found widespread misuse and theft of aid supplies intended for Somalis in need. And next, a short report on a very unusual rescue, but also a cute one. A wee red squirrel recently adopted by a chicken on a farm in Scotland is currently being cared for at a rescue centre. The Scotch SPCA received a call when the baby was spotted sleeping under a hen for a few days after becoming separated from its mother near the town of Tayport. An SPCA spokesperson said the hen wasn't fussed at all with the new addition and basically saved its life. It's now doing well, and once it's somewhat older, will be released back into the wild. Indeed, a very unusual rescue, but a very cute one indeed. Well, those are your headlines. Let's take another look at your sport.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Let's start with cricket and a massive opportunity for some young players. 6 South African rookie cricketers are on the cusp of a transformative moment as they await selection in the SA20 rookie draft. I love the sound of a draft. Now, this draft, a novel addition to Season 2, aims to spotlight young talent globally because, you know, the eyes of the world are looking at us for a future cricketing pool. So among 80 hopefuls, former SA Under-19 captains Bryce Parsons, George van Heerden and Juan James stand out definitely. Then some notably experienced domestic players like Jonathan Bird, Ruan Blanche, Mika Prince, and then we've got Liema Waku and Tian van Vuren also in the mix there, definitely in contention. And then the SA Emerging 11 also features 7 potential SA20 rookies. The draft auction takes place next week. Let's see the big bucks flow, but good luck, young men. Incredible opportunity. Now, last night, they embraced their opportunity, and a young side at that. Italy showed some real resilience and mettle in a thrilling World Cup match, coming back from a half-time deficit to beat Uruguay 38-17 in Pool A. So despite Italy having 2 players in the sin bin during that first half, Uruguay took 17-7 lead as a result of that. However, Italy capitalized on Uruguayan captain Andres Villaseca's yellow card early in that second half. He was off, and they jumped on the opportunity, scoring 2 converted tries and ultimately taking control of the game. So Italy, who previously defeated Namibia 52-8, secured a bonus point victory, and that means they are in contention for the knockouts. I think top of their pool now, up against New Zealand and France on September the 29th and October the 6th, respectively. But I think many thinking they can do it. Now we turn to football, and we've got to provide kudos where it's deserved. A triumphant return to the Champions League for Arsenal put on a spectacular display as they defeated PSV Eindhoven 4-0 at the Emirates Stadium last night. So after an absence of 6 years, you can see everybody is happy about it right now. So after absence of 6 years from Europe's Premier Cup competition, the goals came courtesy of Bukayo Saka, Leandro Trossard, Gabriel Jesus and Martin Odegaard, making it a memorable evening for Arsenal and their fans. Welcome back to the fold. Well, we are hoping to be able to say the same of our South African tennis team as South Africa aims for a return to the Davis Cup World Group 2 division and is very optimistic about our promotion prospects. So despite the need to travel for their playoff clash against Vietnam, the odds are stacked in our favour. We're seeded 8th in the World Group 2 playoffs, and South Africa believe in our chances heavily. The global men's team tennis competition, it involves 24 teams worldwide, and a victory in their away tie in February of next year would propel South Africa into that Davis Cup World Group 2 competition for next season. Standing in our way, Vietnam, and they've only got one player, world number 376 ranked Nam Hoang Lee in the top 1,000 rankings. In fact, their only player, whereas South Africa now boasts 5 singles players and 4 doubles players within that coveted and very important top 1,000. So, yeah, watch that space, but some triumphant moments on the way. Hopefully your ride to work will feel triumphant when you get there. Let's help you get there with ease with a bit of a traffic report right now.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a look at your traffic. If you are still heading to work, this is what's ahead of you. In Boksburg in Johannesburg, there is a multi-vehicle accident on the R21 that is southbound before Rietfontein interchange. The 3 right lanes are now closed, so please approach with caution or find yourself an alternative route. Good luck out there. Now, Bellville, Cape Town, there has been an accident on the R300 northbound after the Stellenbosch arterial. All lanes are currently open. However, rubbernecking is still taking place, so please slow it down if you are approaching that area. That is what I have for you with regard to traffic. Let's take a look at the weather. All right, weather news. Let's start there. The SA Weather Service warns that further severe thunderstorms can be expected in months to come. Parts of Gauteng and Mpumalanga, as well as KwaZulu-Natal, the Free State and Northwest suffered severe storms on Tuesday night. In the Tshwane Metro, trees were uprooted and property damaged. Some 200 houses, a school, a community hall, and shops in Intabazwe, informal residential area at Harrismith in the Free State, were also damaged, and hundreds of people are homeless at the moment. Meanwhile, residents of Johannesburg should brace themselves for water supply disruptions, and this after Tuesday night's thunderstorm caused a power failure at Rand Water's Zykerbosch water treatment plant, which supplies water to Johannesburg and other municipalities. A Joburg water spokesperson Nombuso Shabalala said water tankers would be deployed to the affected areas. Now let's take a look at your temperatures across South Africa. Let's do it. In Polokwane, as always, let's start with you. 13 is your minimum, up to a high of 30 degrees Celsius. Very good braai weather, if you ask me. Bombela, same for you. 18 to 29, looking good and nice and clear. Pretoria, 31, nice and warm. Sunscreen, please. 14, the minimum over there. And then Johannesburg, 11, rising to 29. Lots of warm conditions, including for you, my king. 33 is your maximum temp from a low of 11. Klerksdorp, 7, rising to 32. And then Kimberley, 7, up to 30. Bloem, you start on just 1, but you will thaw out to 28 degrees Celsius later this afternoon. Richards Bay, 18 to 30 today. Pietermaritzburg, 11 to 32. Durban, a nice hot and humid 26 from a low of 19. And Tata, you can expect 9 on the cards this morning, rising to 31. Monty is London. Good morning to you. 13 to a nice temperate 25. Craddock 6 to 30. Berghaai, I've got 14 to 23. And then George 11 up to 23 degrees Celsius. Cape Town, a 59% chance of rain. Drizzles in parts at the moment, 10 to 16. Worcester 8 to 20 today. Sutherland 4 to 18. And Uppington, you can expect 31 as the maximum from a low of 8. That's it for the temperatures. Sunrise views, I love these. It's a competition for me. So let's go into it, shall we? Now, Ken starts us off from Kaimouth outside in his garden overlooking the horizon, a beautiful, magnificent ombre of morning colors I'm loving it and I'm living for it. Now, Wasila, let's see if you can do better in the Northern Cape. And of course, the Northern Cape saw the sun twinkling through the clouds. Of course, that's what Wasila saw. And how pretty is that? I also like the little bit of a hue at the bottom of your screen, just giving you the positivity that a day needs. And of course, Nijma in Paul, heading to GQ on the road, sent in this blast of light, rising up behind the mountains, looking like the road trip that you want to be on, especially if you've taken leave for the long weekend. Lekker. Then, Nancy and Umkamas looking out at the road, enjoying the cool breeze this morning. And what a beautiful sight that is indeed. I did say it's a competition, so get in line. 063-408-8863. If you've got a great sunrise view, I'd love to see it right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's get back to Brian.
Oh, you left me all alone at the braai, Wasey, but you know what? We are done. We've got our apricot snook ready to go, and our roaster cookies are also done. What is amazing is, I mean, cream cheese, it goes so well with roaster cook. It goes so well with the snook, and we can also then just finish it off with some fresh herbs.
That's beautiful dill, and I mean, that always goes well with the snook. Oh, my word. And you know what? That is quality. This is what I call bougie braai. When I say bougie braai, it's this plating. It's saying to your guests, we've worked hard in the backyard, and now we're going to offer you something beautiful on a plate. How beautiful.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. Well, if you want to get your hands on this recipe, it's available on our website, expressoshow.com.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the Boks are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Braais. So engage and win with rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. Now you can experience the joy and convenience of having Skywash as your new trusted friend. With its ecologically friendly and effective products, it makes your laundry days easier, leaving you more time for the things that you love. Now we are joined by the marketing manager, Chandra Sunt, to tell us more about the brand and how to keep your laundry as vibrant as ever. Chandra, and you're looking so vibrant in that beautiful orange.
Right?
Thank you.
Yes, I mean, as soon as I met Chandra this morning, I'm like, this is great energy. Little did I know that there's something behind it, which is a very good wash, clearly.
Yes, absolutely.
So talk about Skywash, you know, as a brand itself. I mean, how did it become one of South Africa's trusted friends, and what differentiates it from other products in the market?
Thank you so much for having me on the show. So Sky is more than just a washing powder brand.
Okay.
It is your trusted friend that you can always rely on. When we started our manufacturing plant in 2019, we wanted to create a cost-effective, reliable buddy for all South Africans. And what sets us apart is our commitment to quality as well as affordability.
We need affordability, especially with the cost and prices at the moment. I think we are shocked every time we just look at what things cost. So I love that you're tapping into that market. But let's talk about Skywash. What makes it the life of the laundry party? And what is it in for fans of the brand?
So Sky's got the whole crew. So we've got hand wash, we've got auto, we've got an incredible baby range, our pro hygiene, and our famous 3-in-1, which has a fabric conditioner in it. So we understand our South Africans are very unique and very diverse. So in our commitment to that diversity is ensuring that we're meeting every customer and we are meeting their needs along the journey.
You know, I just realized that I actually did laundry yesterday.
You did?
And I ran out of, softener. And you know what happened, right? I looked at the sky.
You know?
That's probably why you call it. It makes sense now.
It does.
It really does. Where can I find these products? Because I don't look to the sky again. I want to have sky in my hand. So
Absolutely.
where do I find it?
So Sky washing powder is available at all major wholesalers.
Great.
We're currently in selected spas, Pick and Pays, ShopRite Checkers as a bit of a rollout by region. We're currently in the Eastern Cape, Western Cape, and exciting news, we're now going into KZN.
Nice.
And hopefully very soon in the Greater North.
Oh, I love that. I love that you're available everywhere. I mean, we are celebrating Heritage Day this weekend, and I love that Sky is, catering for the local market. What makes it so great that it is a local brand? What are some of the things you guys kept in mind when you guys designed your products?
So yes, South Africa is manufactured in South Africa, born and bred right here in our community. We understand the rising costs that all South Africans are facing.
Yeah.
And we wanted to create that product that is accessible to every South African. So a high quality product that anyone can buy. And that's what we've come out with the Sky Laundry detergent. We understand our South African community is a very unique community. We're very diverse, and hence our diverse range of products that come along with it.
So let's talk about one thing you want us to remember. So when I have that moment where I'm looking to the sky, and I should be looking for the sky, what do you want to leave me with as somebody who is a consumer? What is one thing about the Sky brand that you want people to take, off the shelf and say, oh my word, I've got this product that does this for me?
Absolutely. So the Sky Washing Powder brand is your trusted friend, and that's the most important part that we want to communicate. It's that friend that comes along and it can adapt and can make everybody feel comfortable, irrespective of who they are and where they come from. And that is the persona of the Sky brand. We love chatting to our fans. We have exciting new surprises coming on board.
All right.
So yeah, look out, watch the space, skywash.co.za, and follow us on social media. We have a great team on board, and we love hearing from our friends. And our fans, and looking forward to growing with them.
So are you allowed to give us any hints as to what's to come? Any hints?
You're going to have to follow us on social media.
I tried.
We've got a few competitors that I'm sure definitely listen to your show. We don't want to spill the beans just yet.
A few competitors, oh my word. I know what it is. It's Zoe and I. We are going to be the official Sky ambassadors. I mean, like, how amazing.
Bring it on board.
Love it. Sky Wash Powder is sharing the love and giving you a chance to win. So if you want to know how to win, look to the sky. Now look at Sky.
What makes your bestie your bestie? Share the funniest or most heartwarming story of the moment your friend became your ride or die, and you could win one of 4 cash prizes of 10,000 Rand each in the Sky Washing Powder Friendship Challenge, this 19th to 25th September on Expresso. WhatsApp your voice note to 069 201 5794 and get set to win big with Sky Washing Powder. T's and C's on skywash.co.za.
Oh man, I'm going to struggle. I'm going to struggle with this one. The deliciousness in this kitchen, on the braai and everywhere around me is just amazing. We are celebrating our heritage, and we want you to celebrate Heritage Day with something traditional, some South African dishes that I think so many South Africans, it's part of your DNA, really. It's what you've grown up with, and Woolworths has always sought to provide convenient and accessible food products, and they have been on a journey to ensure diversity across all occasions and ranges. This kind of feels like a massive catch-up now, and I love it. This commitment has led to 2 brand new products that are proudly South African favorites. Here to tell us a little bit more is Woolworths bakery product developer and mad scientist Zandile Finka and celebrity chef and author the Lazy Makoti. Welcome back, girl.
Thank you.
So I was bemoaning my intermittent fasting journey and how wonderful that's been and trying to pump myself up. But let's get real here, Zandile. I'm a Dombolo, I'm a Gwinya, you've done it. I think the world is not ready for this, okay?
Yeah.
Can we get a round of applause, please? 'Cause, I mean, oh my word. Oh my word. You
It's
don't
exciting.
understand. It is very
Exciting.
exciting, but for me it's exciting. For you, this must be a massive moment. In the culinary journey of commercial South Africa, this is big.
It has been a very fun experience, and it's also been like a passion project, but it's also scary because everyone has, you know, their Gogo's favorite best recipe.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about all of the young men and women going home with this now to Gogo, to Mama, and saying,
Scary.
no, first you say, I made this for you, Gogo. That being said, then what goes into building a product like this? Because everyone's got a take. Everyone's got an opinion.
So we went across the country and we spoke to the people on the floor, on the ground, and across our factories, you know, in the business, and we did a lot of like consumer research and deep dives to see which recipe was a bit more in the general consensus.
Yeah, had a little bit to offer everyone.
Like I said, everyone has their favorite recipe, right?
sure.
And I mean, my grandmother's recipe is the best. I don't know about yours.
Yeah.
My grandmother's.
I'm sure your grandma's recipes had a little update or two since then.
Or two.
And that's what makes me most excited. This isn't South Africa from the past, which is wonderful. This is South Africa right now. And we've got a foodie generation, a group of young South Africans that are taking South African food by the reins. We need a film, girl. Okay, so, I mean, we could take this in a million different directions. How do you go about building a delicious filling? Because we've got to honor this incredible new opportunity, I would say, in the culinary arts. So what are we going to fill these puppies with?
Listen, no one is as excited as me to have this product. I think so many South Africans are going to feel so represented to walk inside a Woolies and grab amagwinya, amadombolo off the shelf. Really is insane.
My little heart actually like pumps when I...
Goosebumps.
Yeah, the amount of times, you don't understand, the amount of times I'm like dropping hints for our kitchen team. Like, please just, you know... Just a little steamed bread, just a little steamed bread for me, please, just a little something. And I'll eat it all on the way home because I absolutely love it. It lends itself to social occasions on a different level. And for Heritage Day, for any day where you're inviting people into your space, this is what the joy of cooking is for me, because you can take a little bit, you can get your filling, you can
play around with it.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. So what flavors are we going to play around with today?
So today I'm going to show you how to make a very easy, I mean the easiest. Not that it wasn't convenient enough. Now we're going to make
it even easier. Great.
Ever. I've just sauteed my onion, added some chili flakes, and then I've added some corn. I'm going to season with some salt and pepper. And then we're going to melt in some cheese. It's like this cheesy corn.
I love that, with a bit of heat. Delicious. And I've never thought, because of the sweetness of the corn, never to add a little bit of heat. Yeah, a bit of a balance there. It's going to be tough today. It's going to be tough. If I leave here with a very full bag and full pockets, okay? Don't pack down. Exactly. I don't want to pack down. I don't want to pack down. I love it. Okay, so we've got our first filling well in the works there and being worked through. We've got a couple of other fillings here. Zania, I'm going to ask you to start cutting and filling because I'm going to have to live vicariously through you today.
Pressure.
All right? And I'm talking to you like you haven't tasted any of this before, okay? But you're going to have to give us a professional assessment. Professional, because you are the pro here, okay?
Yeah.
Assessment on the flavor, on the texture, how it takes the filling in, because I think that's a big thing, the structure of it. I mean, it's a crazy thing to think that you can mass produce something that is so part of our South African kind of DNA in this way. The pressure of releasing something like this, when did you know that you had it? Was there a moment, or are you still nervous?
I'll say the one difference is that it's deep fried, but it's high in fiber.
Ah, I love it. I love it. Okay, so as you're talking, fill these puppies up because they all, I would imagine, are going to get eaten very, very quickly.
Okay.
The one other thing we're not mentioning is how quick and easy they are to
prepare.
heat up. Yeah, to prepare.
So how do you prepare them? What is the mode?
So they go in the oven or the air fryer, and a few minutes later, about like 5 or so minutes, you're done. You're having your amagwinya.
All I want to do is like pick them up and touch them and feel them and squish them and squash them, which I'm not going to do because these will all get eaten, I have no doubt, this morning. So we've got a curried mince going into our one. What's the other filling there?
And the other is, so we've got a chicken mince, a curried mince as well, and then this delicious cheesy situation.
Okay, do it.
Try this one.
Just dive in and do it, man. Don't do it too fast so I can just watch and just enjoy this moment with
Don't
you
try to
guys.
bite.
Oh, man, I'm going to take that over
No,
with
no,
you.
no.
You think I'm joking, eh? You think I'm
Don't do
joking?
it, don't do it.
Okay, talk me through it. Okay, take that bite and let me know. Normally we play like freaky music here, but I didn't want to slow you down in that process. Okay, well, now that your mouth is absolutely full, what's going on there? Talk me through the texture and the flavor composition of that amagwinya.
Oh, so classic dombolo, you want sort of that crust, it's a beautiful color, and then with that filling, taste sensation in my mouth.
It really is.
And it's yummy. And you know, speaking of dombolo, like we can't not speak about that hero right there, which is a brilliant product as well. And you know, there's different cultures in South Africa, so everyone has their own name for that. And we're not going to start wars.
Yeah.
Dombolo / ujeqe, whatever you call it, it's still delicious.
Still lands.
It's still convenient. That's 45 seconds in the microwave, and you're done. I mean, think about how many hours you're saving in the kitchen, slaving away,
and
waiting for it to rise, proofing it. All of that is done for you.
Taken out of the
Just 45
equation.
seconds in the microwave.
Oh man, my mind, my little brain is about to explode thinking about all of the fillings that we can put in here, the meals that we can enjoy, the things that I'm going to make to dunk these little guys into. You've done so well. You've got your Just Rewards already. Zandelia, well done. To your team, well done. I know what it would have taken just emotionally to get to this point. I don't know why I'm feeling a little emotional right now. But this is it. It comes to bear on our show. This is what our heritage is. Eating is at the center of our culture, and our Heritage Day lunch is now sorted. Mine certainly is, with this Heat and Eat, Mzansi's favorite vet cook. We love it, perfect with sweet and savory fillings, and you can shop it all along with the amadombolo at Woolworths, in-store, online, on the app, or in our studio for about 0.3 seconds. Good luck.
Coming up in the Feel Good Breakfast Show, this tall, talented individual is going to be entertaining you, and Fali Koyate is here to showcase the finest in beautiful music. And of course, I want you to share your Heritage Day plans with me, please. So get ready with that number, 0634088863, and get ready to share. And you'll meet the kora as well, which is a beautiful instrument. Stay right there.
Mabel, check this. With a MyGold's premium account, you get 12 free airport lounge visits.
12?
Yeah.
God, David, when are you busy planning your next getaway during office hours? Aman.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here in S3, and we are building up to Heritage Day. And joining us right here on our main stage is Craig Parks, and he's a production manager at the World of Music, Arts and Dance Festival happening in Cape Town, aka WOMAD. Alongside him is proper musician, somebody you are going to love. And Fali Kuyate is here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and they'll be chatting to us a bit more about this incredible festival happening in Cape Town. It's going to be a cultural voyage of discovery and open your mind to so many beautiful cultures that this African continent has to offer. Craig, to start things off, welcome. Great to see you again.
Good to see you as always.
So when it comes to WOMAD and this particular festival that's happening on the 23rd to the 25th, you know, why is this such an important beacon of cultural diversity and celebration of that on the calendar?
Well, you know, especially at this time of the year, Heritage Festival, very, very important for various cultures to mix and to express yourself through your culture. And what better way to express yourself through original instruments such as the kora, combining various styles of music from all over the world. I mean, it's exactly what it is, world of music, art and dance, a combination of all sorts of cultures from all over the world. I mean, Peter Gabriel started this, 40-odd years ago. He's got about 33 countries involved. We are now the 33rd country to be involved. Wow. South Africa. I mean, the WOMAD goes all over the world, from Chile to the UK, to New Zealand, all over the world. And basically it's cultures coming together, mixing, showing what we can do from, let's say, indigenous instruments and indigenous cultures. And that's what we're about.
Now, talking about indigenous cultures, we've got Mfali here, and I mean, you are just such a grand person. You know, you have such great presence. You're from Guinea, which is a beautiful country, and now you've come to this festival. So tell me about, you know, your experience of a festival like this and sharing, you know, Ghanaian culture as well with us as well, like the kora and this amazing outfit you got on. How important is it to you to share Guinea to the world?
I'm born in a big musician, traditional musician family, and all my ancestors was a xylophone, African xylophone player and a kora player. And for me, the festival, like a WOMAD festival, is the door to open to go to the world. I'm sorry for my English.
No, but you're doing so well. I'm going to say, très bien. You're doing very, very well with the English. No, but I can feel that from you. And that's the thing about culture, is that it's not reserved for the few. It should be shared by the world.
Absolutely.
And that's why this festival is so important. So, of course, on Friday, you'll be performing at the Vienna waterfront as well. That's going to be fantastic. All those people over there. And don't worry, there's a lot of Cape Townians. We love French as a language. We do. You know, we sample it all the time, so do not worry about that. You're going to be, it's going to be such a great fest as well.
Brilliant.
Just in terms of the WOMAD experience, can you give us a little gist of what you expect there? Not only in Fali and Guinea, but who else are you expecting to hit the stage? And also, what can us as festival goers experience with WOMAD?
Okay, firstly, we've got WOMAD in Cape Town and also in Johannesburg.
Lovely.
So if I can just give you a little breakdown. At the amphitheatre this weekend, at the waterfront, you'll experience 3 days of, as I say, mixed cultures.
Nice.
I mean, besides in Fali, they've got Korean drummers. They've got youngster CPT doing a collaboration with some international musicians.
Oh, man.
And then, but also bearing in mind, there are workshops happening all over, like from Otri to Masiphumelele, various areas in Cape Town. And then next week we go to Joburg, to the Market Theatre with some amazing groups. And I know Mfali's getting back as well to Joburg. And he'll probably be playing with African jazz pioneers and the Mahotala Queens. So, I mean, there's a whole array. You basically just need to log onto the website and you can find the whole program there.
The website for WOMAD is?
Is womadsa.co.za.
Lovely. You know, Craig, you and I should clear stage. You know what? I want to hear a little taste of what WOMAD's going to be like. And finally, Craig and I are going to shift off. I want to hear the finest of Guinea. I want you to give us Guinea on a plate on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's go, Craig. Enjoy.
Kelula lone bidi. Sibi kamara ye, wana mfara kamara, kama jira kamara no kama, mikala kila na kamara sobi, subhanallah, subhanallah yo. Fakoli kuma, fakoli daba, koli baramani, koli baranta, punati mumin nabi yo, punasanali yo. Kukubani bantama. Nyene ne kama siga ni babi susuke modene smoro kadiri lanne biri wa kalubana ne biri yo kalubana ne biri sinebo kello ne biri yo keleke lo ne biri yo. Kalubala ne bidi sinebo, kelula lo ne bidi.
Yes, man. Yeah. Look at that smile.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the Boks are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win with rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso on S3. Now, when I say diverse but united, colorful and connected, that is the South African heritage. It is unique, and this year we get to honor this beautiful legacy in style. Now, here to talk us through their vibrant and colourful heritage capsule collection is Woolworths' marketing manager, Yumna Dawood, and denim buying assistant, Tara Franken. It's so great to have you both here.
Thank you.
Yumna, I'm going to start off with you because this was a very unique approach to your Heritage Day capsule collection. Can you tell us about the story behind the scenes as to what Woolworths decided to do this year?
100%, and it is an amazing story. What we did differently this year is that we called our staff members, we ran a competition, and basically what it was is calling our staff members and asking them to let us know what creativity or heritage means to them through creativity. So whether it was a doodle, a sculpture, a drawing, but what really truly inspired them. We had amazing entries, but there was only 2 winners. And from those winning designs came what you see now.
This beautiful capsule collection.
100%.
It must have been tough choosing the winners. Was there a certain criteria or did it come down to a vote?
So it was a strict judging panel. I was not part of that.
Okay.
It was internal and external judges, and it was tight, but they selected 2 winners, and from there I got handed over who those 2 lucky people were.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Tara, you are one of the lucky individuals who had their, designs selected. What was that moment like for you, and now being able to see your collection come to life?
Well, I must say it's been so fun. Like, I've really had fun showing my creative side out of my day-to-day work and being able to see how the prints come out in garment form and how the whole capsule has come together has really been amazing. And out of that, I've also made a friend, Patricia, the other winner. We've really had such an amazing experience, the whole journey, and how our GM, Sonia Batista, and Yumna and the whole team have put the whole thing together has really been fun.
Truly a collaboration.
And you know what? It shows. It is a beautiful collaboration. Yumna, why was it so important to do something like this for the Woolies staff? Because, I mean, you could have easily had a nationwide search, but you guys decided to keep it in-house, which I think is quite powerful.
It's very powerful, and it also gave us the opportunity to showcase inclusivity, give our staff members, not only at head office, but throughout the country, an opportunity to shine, to show their creativity.
Yeah.
And also, you know, we're a little community, a Woolies community, and within that community is diversity, it's color, it's, you name it, you know, heritage.
Yes.
So it was really, really important to give this opportunity to our staff members, and we unlocked talent. 100%.
You definitely did. You definitely did. Tara, let's talk about the inspiration behind this print that you are wearing.
So my inspiration came from basically the craziness that we live in South Africa, and basically how we all manage to stay humble and how we connect on so many levels, and that's what I really wanted to celebrate in my design.
I love that. Now, we have models here today because let's see what items are available in this capsule collection.
Yes. So here we've got this lovely scatter cushion here, which I think has come out amazing, and then we've got a nice little mommy and me look here, which you can also wear with a nice t-shirt and a nice denim jean.
Oh.
And yeah, so it's come out really nice. The whole collection together, it's really cute.
The family can match.
Yes.
I love that.
A real mommy and me shoot.
A real mommy and me shoot. You've got the cute little dress for the minis.
And nice little pockets.
Oh, yes. I wore this dress earlier in the week, and it's got pockets.
Lovely on you. Yes, I saw on Monday.
Yes, I am here for dresses that have pockets, and I love that there's also a mini version involved. But we also have something for the boys, I believe.
Yes,
we do.
So
what we have for the boys, this is Patricia's print.
Yes.
And what we have for the boys is a cute little shirt that they can pair with a reed denim.
Yes.
And we also have a men's little shirt and this beautiful skirt.
Well, we have to also show how Dad can dress with his mini-me. Graham is wearing Patricia's print.
I've got my spirit animal, Hamisha.
Yes. Oh, look how
Look great.
Something for the whole family. I love that. Oh, Tara, I think I've asked you this before, but there's something about, you know, putting something on paper and then seeing it come to life and then seeing it on someone else.
Yes.
How has that been for you? And are you feeling inspired to perhaps bring out more if you can?
I am. It was actually such a surprise because, like you said, I see it on paper, and once I actually saw it in the garments, it was something quite special to see. So, yeah, I can't wait to actually do some more creative work.
Oh, well, we are looking forward to seeing what Woolworths will be bringing out next, always at the forefront and bringing us the difference, which is so incredible. Yumna, Tara, thank you for joining us
so much.
today.
Thank you. Thank you.
And for you, together with Tara Franken, Patricia is also one of the individuals who won the internal staff competition. We've showed off some of her prints, but Kuchle is meeting up with her in Johannesburg to find out more about her designs. And if you want to get your hands on this heritage capsule collection, it is available in store, so do go and shop in store as well as online.
We are keeping the heritage spirit alive, live in Johannesburg. Good morning to everyone in studio. Molweni Nonke Mzansi. Happy Heritage Month, everybody. We are coming to you live with Woolworths store manager, Patricia Skosana, who's here to take us through the design behind, you know, this one-of-a-kind heritage capsule collection by Woolworths. You are looking beautiful, Patricia. Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Now, Woolworths ran an in-store internal competition where you guys have to come up with heritage designs. Tell us how you felt when they announced you as one of the winners.
So, you know, when you enter these types of competitions, you hope to win, but you don't expect to win.
Yes.
So when I got the call, I was at work on a Monday morning going about my day, and I actually got a call from one of our lawyers. So she's like, I'm calling from the Woolworths legal team. I'm like, what did I do? It's like, no, nothing. Actually, you won a competition. I was so excited. The first person I called was my husband because I couldn't divulge this, and I couldn't tell any of my colleagues. So I just had to keep it in until the right time. But I was in disbelief, but very excited as well.
That's truly, truly exciting, Patricia. But I have to ask, though, you are a Woolly store manager, right? But where does the artiness and the love for fashion come from?
So, you know, growing up, I've always liked art. So it's always been a thing for me. So when I saw this competition, I was like, you know what, this is right up my alley.
Yeah.
So that's why I entered, and I got lucky with it.
And it's beautiful. It looks stunning. I love the colors. I love the patterns. How does this design represent your heritage? Ungubani wena, Patricia?
So I'm born into a Ndebele family, and I got married into a Ndebele family. So Ndebeles are known for their bright, bold colors and their beautiful drawings. So it's usually asymmetric drawings from the Ndebele side. So I wanted to do something different. So you can see the representation is of the circles and of the bold, bright colors. That's how you see a representation of my culture.
Yes, that's absolutely beautiful. I love it. And how would you style it differently? I mean, you are styling it absolutely beautifully right now in all woolies with your white sneakers, you know, and your white top. We spoke earlier and I was like, a white linen shirt would also work with the skirt.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'd wear it a pair of gold heels and a gold choker just to take it up a bit of a notch, you know. So this is more of a casual, comfortable look, but I'll also have it as a makeup look that I'd have at a wedding. Like I said, with gold.
Some gold accessories.
Absolutely.
Heritage Day is around the corner. I see there's a skirt and there are different size shirts here.
Yeah.
I imagine it's for you, it's for hubby, it's for baby,
Absolutely.
Right?
We're twinning. We're twinning.
You're all twinning. You have to match.
Yeah.
Now, from here, do you feel like this competition and this opportunity to design a heritage capsule collection for Woolworths has ignited a fire in you to continue looking into your love for art and fashion?
Absolutely. I never thought this opportunity would come by. And when it did, I was so grateful. And it actually awakened something in me that had died for a while because I've always been in retail fashion. So, you know, to get an opportunity to showcase my talent, that's big for me. And I'll definitely look into bigger and better things in the future.
I love that. Now, earlier on, Patricia and I were talking about how everyone in store is currently watching her. As soon as she leaves here, they're going to be like, Patricia, we saw you at Expresso. Now, what would you like to say to your team who's watching right now?
Guys, a shout out to every one of you. I can't name you, but a shout out to all my colleagues, my family, my friends. Love you all. Support the range. Available at Woolworths stores countrywide.
Absolutely beautiful. Now I have to ask, what are your plans for this Heritage Weekend?
So guess what? I'm working, but it's fine. They're saying it's good because I miss Heritage Day.
Yes.
So I'll be working and I'll be wearing my outfit, so it's fine. I'll have a little bride home when I knock off.
I absolutely love that. Now I want to get deeper into detail, but I'm going to put my pad down. I love how the shirt in itself feels, you know, Patricia, and how also your designs just, you know, are spread around. The color is also representative of our beautiful heritage, our beautiful country. We are rich in heritage and culture as well, right? Do you feel like this reflects and represents your heritage and culture in a way and the sense that you really wish and hope that it would?
It does, actually. So when I thought about the design, I thought to myself, we've got so many different cultures in the country, you know, our different heritages, and how can I best showcase it in a unique way, but it should also be able to resonate with everyone. So I decided to use the primary colors, our South African flag colors, and these are the colors that are mostly used for different heritages. They're bold, they're beautiful. Our cultures are different, they're diverse, but they are what bring us together as a people.
Absolutely. That's what I love about South Africans. We really have the gees when it comes to Ubuntu, the spirit of Ubuntu.
Absolutely.
And Heritage Month is one of the most important months that we have here in the country. Patricia, this is an absolutely beautiful design. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us. And a big shout out to Woolworths for opening this opportunity internally to ignite that fire within, you know, the people who work there. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Now, Patricia has already said that you can get your heritage capsule collection for Woolworths, at Woolworths, both in-store and online. It's Heritage Weekend. Why not? Do you not want to match with your family, with your friends? I mean, we've got a skirt over there, and we've got different shirts, and I'm pretty sure you saw earlier with Zoe, there are different types of designs to celebrate our beautiful heritage as a country. From all of us here in studio in Johannesburg, I hope you have a fantastic Heritage Weekend.
Ladies, I'm the boss. My time to shine, no time to get lost. Show them how I, show them how I.
Oh, I wish I had my own little capsule collection, you know, shirt. That'd be great. Graham looked so good in... Oh, thank you so much.
I didn't have you covered.
Oh,
but,
man.
You're going to get your turn, man.
Thank you so much.
Your modeling session's coming up.
I am ready to put this on. This is perfect, and it's my size. Don't forget to get yours, and don't forget to stay there in your Feel Good Breakfast show coming up. We've got Zitobe Machere chatting about something very special, which is around your skin. And, of course, TikTok, that's how. Then, allergic skin reactions. We got you covered with all the information, so make sure you stick around with us on your Feel Good Breakfast show. I need to put this on. This is beautiful. I'm gonna. Give me a second.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the Boks are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win with rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and still lots to come on. Well, you need to stay tuned because you do not want to miss out on anything that we still have for you up until 9 o'clock. But that means it's time for us to quickly catch up one last time with those morning headlines.
And we're a bit early, about 2 minutes early. Doesn't matter. We are keen to get you all your news details. And let's start off nationally. Parliament's Justice and Correctional Services Committee is to forge ahead with impeachment proceedings against judges Nkola Motata and John Hlophe. The committee has agreed on the framework to start both processes. This follows findings of gross misconduct against both judges. It's the first time since 1910 that a judge faces impeachment in South Africa, and this is new territory for Parliament. Thus, the committee agreed that it cannot leave any gaps or loopholes regarding this task. Now, the Gauteng Department of Education has confirmed that some 90 pupils in Shoshanguve were receiving treatment in hospital yesterday after eating so-called space cookies. The department says the unsuspected learners bought the cookies laced with dacha from a street vendor yesterday. The learners in grade R to grade 7 at Pulamadeboche Primary School reportedly experienced nausea and stomach cramps. All the affected learners were attended to by emergency services on the school premises, and the police have since identified the street vendor as well. Now, into international news, Rwanda's President Paul Kagame has said he will stand for re-election next year, hoping to extend nearly a quarter of a century in power. Kagame became president in 2000 and is eligible to continue in office for another decade after constitutional amendment in 2015 changed term limits that would have compelled him to step down 2 years later. Kagame has said he's happy with the confidence that the Rwandans have shown him, and he'll always serve them as well as he can. Now on to Ukraine. Now, Ukraine has said it will set up grain hubs in Kenya to tackle food insecurity. President Volodymyr Zelensky announced the plan after he'd met Kenya's President William Ruto and South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York. Ukraine is a major supplier of grain to Africa. Ruto said the Ukrainian president had committed to establishing a grain hub in Kenya's coastal city of Mombasa to help address food shortages in East Africa. Kenya has been one of Africa's foremost supporters of Ukraine following Russia's invasion. And ever heard of an all-in wrestling on a train speeding at 290 kilometers per hour? Well, an organized fight for which very expensive tickets were sold and an entire carriage was hired for the event. 75 available seats were sold out in 30 minutes. Legendary Japanese wrestlers Minoru Suzuki as well as Sanshiro Tagaji on the 290 kilometer per hour Nozomi Shinkansen bullet train between Tokyo and Nagoya on Monday. And the two huge hunks grunted and grappled like mad, performing daring maneuvers as excited spectators recorded the mighty rumble and took pictures. They bashed each other for 30 minutes and Suzuki triumphed. If you think the speeding train was an unusual venue, well, Suzuki and Tagaji have grappled before in a bookshop as well as a camping site, believe it or not. The camping site one apparently was intense. That's it for your news for now. Let's jump into sporting action, and Graham is standing by.
Thank you so much, Carl. Let's start with cricketing news, and great news for some potential superstars. 6 South African rookie cricketers are on the cusp of a transformative moment as they await selection in the SA20 rookie draft. So this draft, a novel addition to season 2, aims to spotlight young talent globally, and we love that. Among 80 hopefuls, former SA Under-19 captains Bryce Parsons, George van Heeren and Juan James standing out there. Then some notably experienced domestic players like Jonathan Bird, Ruan Blanche, Mikael Prince and Liema Waku and Tian van Vuren also in contention there. And the SA Emerging 11 also features 7 potential SA20 rookies. The draft auction takes place next week. This is a golden opportunity. Good luck, guys. Now we turn to rugby, and what a night we were presented with last night as Italy showed some resilience in a thrilling World Cup encounter, coming back from a halftime deficit to beat Uruguay 38-17 in their Pool A game. So despite Italy having 2 players in the sin bin during the first half, Uruguay jumping on that, they took a 17-7 lead into halftime. However, Italy capitalized on Uruguayan captain Andres Villasica's yellow card early in that second half and used the opportunity to score 2 converted tries and then took control from there on. And Italy, who previously defeated Namibia 52-8, now sitting at the top of their group. They secured that bonus point win, and now it sets up crucial encounters against New Zealand and France on the 29th of September and then the 6th of October, respectively. But they might just do it. They could make it through to the knockouts. Then we turn to football, and we've got to tip our hats, doff our caps to the Gunners in a triumphant return to the Champions League. Arsenal put on a spectacular display last night, defeating PSV Eindhoven 4-0 at the Emirates. So after an absence of 6 years from Europe's Premier Cup competition, the goals came aplenty in courtesy of Bukayo Saka, Leandro Trossard, Gabriel Jesus and Martin Odegaard, making it a very memorable evening for Arsenal and, of course, their fans. Welcome back to the fold. Now, we are hoping that the same will be said of South Africa's Davis Cup team as they're aiming for a return to Davis Cup World Group 2 division. And they're optimistic about their promotion prospects. So despite the need to travel for their playoff clash against Vietnam, seeded 8th in the world, Group 2 playoffs at the moment, South Africa believes in their chances. And I certainly agree. The global men's team tennis competition involves 24 teams worldwide. And a victory in their away tie in February next year would propel South Africa into that Davis Cup World Group 2 competition for next season. Standing in our way, Vietnam. And they only have one player, the world number 376 ranked Nam Hoang Lee in the top 1,000 rankings, whereas South Africa currently boasts 5 singles players and 4 doubles players within that coveted top 1,000. So we certainly await that with glee, but that's where we leave our sport for this morning. The roads should be up and running properly now. Zozo's going to get you to work safely.
Thank you, Graham. We start off with your traffics in Sandton, Johannesburg. There's been an accident on William Nicol Drive. There are also faulty traffic lights on this road, and that's causing heavy delays, so please plan accordingly. Then staying in Johannesburg, in Boksburg, there's been a multi-vehicle accident on the R21 southbound. It's before Rietfontein interchange. The 2 right lanes are still closed. Please approach with caution, and if possible, please use an alternative route this morning. In Somerset West in Cape Town, there's congestion on the N2 outbound. It's before Victoria Road. Expect delays. That's your traffic. Let's take a final look at your weather. And let's jump straight into your temperatures for your Thursday, starting off in Polokwane. A low of 13 with a high of 30. If you're in Mbombela, a sunny day ahead, 18 is your low, 29 your high. Pretoria, 14:31. Johannesburg, 11:29. If you're in Mahikeng, a sunny day with a low of 11 and a high of 33 can be expected. Klerksdorp, 7:32. Kimberley, 7 with a high of 30. Bloemfontein, sunny, a low of 1 with a high of 28. Richards Bay, 18 with a high of 30. Pietermaritzburg, 11:32. Durban, 19:26. If you're in Mthatha, 9's your low, 31 your high. East London, 13:25. If you're in Cradock, 6 is your low, 30 your high. Gqeberha, 14, reaching a high of 23. George, 11:23. Cape Town, 10 with a high of 16 and some rain. If you're in Worcester, 8 is your low, 20 your high. Sutherland, 4:18, and Uppington, a low of 8 with a high of 31 degrees Celsius. Well, those are your temperatures. If you have a beautiful sunrise view that you would love to share with us, you can do so on our WhatsApp line. Our number is 063 408 8863.
Coming up in your Feel Good Breakfast Show, I'm so glad you're staying there, because if you do have any worries with regards to the skin, we've got you covered with Sitobe chatting about the skin, of course, and allergic reactions. We need to unpack that for you, so that is also on the way. Plus, we'll get back into the kitchen and give you some entertainment as we always do. So stick with us right here on S3.
The sun is here, the trees all emerald green, but how do you get your spirits up when spring allergies got you down?
It's tough, man. Well, you do it with SetiSit and Expresso's springtime competition. Because this month, you stand to win cash prizes of 5,000 Rand each when you answer the weekly questions on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. And, of course, include the all-important hashtag SetiSit in your answer. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Literally just twist it all around and then you tie your bunch knot. Papa, how?
TikTok, that's how.
For content creator Zitobe Machedi, skincare ingredient education and tips with the intention to help people become more skin conscious is a main focus for her TikTok page. The Skin Girl, she joins us in studio this morning to chat about the hashtag TikTok That's How campaign and how she connects with her online community. I love this, that we get to talk skincare together. Now, Zitobe, I want to know from you, with so many skincare products out and available to us, what would you say are your top must-haves in your vanity bag?
It gets confusing, right?
It does. It really does.
Yeah, it really does. But when it comes to skincare, you don't always have to have the entire thing. Make sure to start with the basics. Like, basics are essential. So your cleanser, your moisturizer, your sunscreen. And then if you want to get a bit more advanced and build up, then you can start incorporating a serum, which is very highly concentrated and will give you those ingredients to target and fight whatever issues that you are facing. But basics is what you need.
You know what? I love this, that the simpler approach is sometimes the best approach to figuring out what your skin needs and likes.
Definitely.
Now, Zitobe, you are the one educating all of us on TikTok about skincare and telling us about ingredients and products. But there has to have been others who've done the same for you. Perhaps there's something you've learned and you'd love to share with us?
Definitely. The nice thing about the TikTok algorithm is that it will always show you what you're interested in. But some of the hacks that I've learned, for example, is when it comes to sunscreen. A lot of people complain about sunscreen burning their eyes, but one thing you can do is apply your normal sunscreen and then around the eyes apply a stick sunscreen. And it really stays and just helps the skin, the sunscreen not move. Or you can use powder underneath your eyes just to set the sunscreen. And that's one thing I've learned on TikTok, which is super, it's such a fun hack.
That is a great hack, because I'm guilty of that. I never leave home without sunblock, but every now and then you get a bit active and you're like, ooh, it's burning the eyes. That is a great hack.
Powder.
Powder. I'll keep that in mind. I love that you're here with all the tips and tricks. But what is amazing about the hashtag TikTok That's How, it has gained over 150 million views. How do you manage to use the platform to find specific things and hacks that you're looking for?
I think the lovely thing about TikTok is how the algorithm works. You can always, in the search bar, TikTok, That's How, skincare, and you'll get all the skincare things. So there's always categories under the hashtags, and it just makes it easy to find what it is that you are looking for.
And it's amazing when the algorithm works in your favor.
100%.
If you keep looking for skincare and all things skin related, it will start suggesting content to you.
Yes,
And
I think that's the fun thing about TikTok. You said how you want your algorithm to work, and yeah.
I love that you are here and that we get to connect about it, but the platform's also been great for you to connect with other people in a positive way. How has TikTok allowed you to do that?
TikTok has really allowed me to build a community of people who are like-minded, and it all goes back to the algorithm once again. It's like when you create content that is very niche, then you find people who are looking for exactly what it is that you're putting out there, and people who just enjoy, whether it's your content or your personality. It just helped me create, a beautiful community of people who really enjoy my content and people who just always are supportive of me, which I am so, so grateful and thankful for.
Well, we are so grateful and thankful for you just being you on this platform and using your skills and knowledge to educate others, and also giving us those who are struggling with skincare concerns that, hey, it's going to be okay. You've gone through that journey and look how beautiful your skin is. I just need to be patient with mine.
Definitely, 100%.
Well, Zitobe, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And there you go, the hashtag TikTok, that's how hashtag unveils the treasure trove of diverse content, invaluable information, and profound connections that the platform has to offer. It is now your turn to interact with the hashtag on your favorite content creators page and comment on TikTok to connect, engage, and learn more from one another.
Hey!
Switch on the flashlight on your phone and put it inside.
TikTok, that's how. Let's get serious for a second. I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who suffered from allergies and certainly from the perspective of a parent. Allergies can affect people of all ages, all backgrounds. It's a great leveler, causing a range of skin issues from hives to eczema to even more extreme cases. And this morning, we're diving a little into some of the common triggers, maybe some of those symptoms, and most importantly, some tips, some hacks for managing allergic skin reactions with good friend of the show, dermatologist Dr. Lauren Knight. Now you get to talk about skin, Doc. You finally get to come and just focus on what you've spent so many years studying and so many years helping people.
Thank
and I think
you.
we forget that this is such a critical space, certainly from a parent's perspective, and I know you're on that journey now yourself, but little things can mean a lot in a little person's life. Maybe a good place to start, though, is just to know the landscape. What are some of the most common skin kind of allergies and the skin reactions that happen, just so people can start to identify and maybe connect the dots?
I mean, like I said, I think we first, as parents, when you start introducing solids, you start thinking about, oh my gosh, allergies. Am I allergic to this? So how you're going to see allergies on the skin, you're most commonly going to see it as urticaria or hives. So your mosquito kind of bite-looking reactions, they might be quite small, can be quite large, kind of confluence. And in those, the skin's going to be red, itchy, swollen. And then our other kind of allergies, which we always worry about, is eczema. And then largely, eczema is not an allergy, but we do know that your eczema can be worsened if you are allergic or be triggered by an allergy.
Because that barrier is
Exactly,
so
the barrier is
susceptible.
impaired, you're more susceptible to allergies or allergens penetrating that barrier. And then obviously you could be specifically allergic to things. So you could have an allergic contact dermatitis, what we commonly see in adults as allergies to belts, buckles, watch straps. And then you're going to have your eczema at that specific location where your point of contact of your allergen.
And then weather conditions change, and that can spice things up even more.
Well, exactly. As your barrier becomes compromised, you know, you're more susceptible, and we have this whole kind of vicious cycle driving your allergy.
It's quite a wide space. The goals are big. How do we know when we're scoring a goal? How do you go about kind of, obviously for you, I would imagine it's quite intuitive at this stage, you can see and you know, but how do we go about identifying skin allergy as opposed to something else? For instance, like a spider bite or a sting or something like that.
I think that's the thing. I mean, it's a space we obviously work in, so if you're unsure, get help.
Yeah, always ask.
Exactly. But I think we want to know, when did it start? Is there anything you can obviously identify? Did you eat shellfish last night and now you've broken out in hives? Did you touch something? Have you been rolling on the grass and now your kitty's like breaking out in hives? But largely it is really a clinical call. So are we saying, is this hives, which is obviously easy to identify, or is this an eczema, or is this an allergy triggering your eczema? So we really want to exclude the mimics so we can confirm the diagnosis of an allergy. And then there are a number of tests we can do. So we actually do what we call skin prick or patch tests, where you actually expose the skin to your potential allergen, hopefully to elicit the reaction that we know it definitely is that.
You've got an absolute marker. I love that,
Often though, I think which is frustrating to parents and patients alike, is that we don't actually identify the specific cause of your allergy. So then we come into, we're just managing the symptoms.
For sure. And sometimes that can help. I know with like early onset with eczema, I know you get like childhood eczema and childhood asthma, those sorts of things that can, in my case, thankfully work their way out of my system. But it does beg the question then, how do we treat? Does it need to start internally? Does it start topical, working your way in? How do you generally approach a case, or is it case by case?
Yeah, so I think, I mean, it largely is case by case, and we really want to be doing patient-centered, or you want a tailored treatment plan.
Sure.
But, I mean, if you've got urticaria or hives, your antihistamines are a gold standard. They're amazing. They work specifically on your histamine, which is released by your allergen triggering your cell, and they're really effective. If you find they're not effective for you, it's probably that we're going to use them in much higher doses than you would expect. But you really need to do that under the guidance of your healthcare professional.
Sure.
And then your eczema is really, really a good start is to use creams. So people think that creams and moisturizing isn't important, but it's an active first step in the management of your eczema. And then we're going to use steroids. So eczema, true eczema, we're using topical corticosteroids. If you're having an allergic contact dermatitis or an allergic reaction that's triggering eczema, we might use systemic or oral or tablet forms of the steroids.
Okay, just something that hits a little heavier.
Exactly.
And you need that because it can be debilitating. And it becomes a part of, and I know I'm relating this a lot to children, but I think if you've lived your entire life with allergies, it's a yoke you bear.
100%.
It really does weigh in, and it affects your mentality. It affects other areas. It might affect the way that you live your life because of the things that can affect you. What is the big danger here? And I always ask this from a parent's perspective because it's always 0 or 100.
Yes.
There's very little middle ground in that. When do you need to be worried about skin reactions? When is it, okay, now it's not just hives, there could be anaphylactic shock, there could be other things involved.
100%. I mean, so I think we always want to say, is it affecting your quality of life? So I even say to parents, if your child has got very mild disease, but they're not sleeping, they're not doing well at school, that's severe. We need to see them.
For sure. In their world, it's massive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even in the world of adults, if you're not functioning at work, you need to get help.
Paramount, yeah.
And I think then the life-threatening thing, which is what we always worry about, is are there systemic symptoms? So the systemic symptoms, your clue is going to be, have I got a tickle in my throat when the rash comes? Do I feel like my tongue is swelling, I can't breathe? Or are my eyes swelling? And then a funny one is that you can also have abdominal cramps. So any kind of thing that says, gives you a clue that is internally affecting you is an urgent, key that you should be triggering to seek urgent help. I mean, but then the thing with eczema is that with that barrier impairment, you're susceptible to infections. So also you want to get it under control quickly and clearly, urgently get it under control so that that barrier can be restored so you're not susceptible to infections.
And the cream becomes an armor that I put on my boy. And
100%, I love that.
Yeah, look, I have an extreme shellfish allergy. So when you mention like eyeball swelling and things like that, trying to explain that to someone, it's like, listen, my lats are tapping me on the back of my ear. Yeah, something's not right.
It's scary.
Trust your gut.
Yeah.
Trust your gut. Our bodies are amazing. They tell us these things, even if they react extremely to allergies. We absolutely love it. Thank you for playing the role that you do. Good luck with your own kids.
Thank you.
It gets interesting real fast when allergies come into play, but help is at hand. Most importantly, speak to someone if anything in your gut is telling you something is awry. And of course, an added bonus right now, we're going to alleviate things just a little bit by giving you the chance to win 5,000 Rand in cash this week. All you have to do is tell us this: how do you prepare for spring if you suffer from seasonal allergies, which is a whole different kettle of fish? Maybe you're allergic to fish. Use hashtag SetiSit in your entry on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. On that competition post, you'll find it quite easily, and it closes Monday the 25th of September at midnight. It's 5 grand, people. We're going to get a lot of entrants. Make sure that you jump on it, but you can find those T's and C's on expressoshow.com. Doctor, thank you so much. Enjoy your Heritage Day long weekend.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Couple of things to skin for you in your Feel Good Breakfast Show in the next couple of minutes. One of them is Binge It or Bash It, the classic rom-com edition. Fun and games for you. And then, of course, Expresso's the lach of the day. If you need some humor, we got you covered in the next couple of minutes.
This September on Expresso, celebrate Pharmacy Month by telling us who your favorite pharmacist is for the chance to win 1,000 Rand cash each weekday with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Check out the competition post on Expresso's social media pages. Tell us who your favorite pharmacist is and why, and include the hashtag sponsors of Brave to enter. T's and C's apply and can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I'm just a guy standing in front of a camera asking you to love me. Welcome to a very, very beautiful feel-good breakfast show and a new game that'll divide us forever. Binge it or bash it. Today's theme is classic rom-coms. And this is how it's going to work. I'm going to show you a famous rom-com. And these two, Graham and Zoe, are going to have to say binge it or bash it, and also justify with a one sentence, just so I know exactly where they stand on it. So let's go.
So can I just quickly binge it? Obviously, I want to watch it all the time.
That's
bash
good.
it means I'm not interested in it.
Like you're thinking, like the storyline wasn't good, I wouldn't pay, any more time, on it. So
binge or bash.
let's take a little look at your first one and tell me what you think. Binge it or bash it. Here's the
Let
first.
us see.
Binge.
Binge?
Binge.
I hate to say, but this is not what my real life feels
You are
like.
starting to cry. What are you
I know,
doing?
man. You don't understand. No, I'll binge that. I'll binge it all day, man. Ryan Gosling,
What do you want?
For sure. Do
Okay,
it, man.
done. Next one. Let's go through it. Right?
Binge. I watched it the other day.
Yeah.
I love it.
I have
If
an
you
older
don't
sister.
binge-
I've seen this movie 9,742 times, and I will watch it 9,743 times, but I love it, man. I love it. Do you know what
Very
it took
good.
to remember that number right now?
It just, that's tough.
9,400 and something.
But I think you should binge it. Otherwise, it'll be big mistake. Big mistake. Okay, next one.
Bada, bada, bada,
This is
binge,
like my number one.
boom.
Binge.
This is like every Christmas day for my whole... I grew up in an all-female family, guys. You got to understand. This has been my life, dude. Notting Hill, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, but I think this is where I'm biased. I'm a sucker for any Julia Roberts movie.
You kind of give me Julia Roberts vibes as well, to be
for
honest.
sure.
All right, next one. Let's go.
It's a great selection.
Yes, binge. Binge.
I will smash it, I will bash it, I will kick it out of
Smash
a
it and
window.
bash it.
I'll smash it and bash it.
In this context, bash means you don't like
so you
it.
don't want
No, I hate it.
don't wanna-
You don't like
I
this
hate
one?
No, I'll be a grand time. That's misogynistic. I'm joking. It's just Lindsay loves it so much. She's made me watch it about 1 billion times.
All right.
You're so vain.
Yeah, exactly. It is very
think
funny.
This song is about you.
This one.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's a good one. I would binge that too.
for sure.
These are very... I feel
These
like
are
rom-coms
nice
are
movies.
bingeable.
Yes, they are.
for sure. Don't be spicy. Don't be spicy.
I'm getting a little word from the producer. They said, can you please be a bit more spicy, man? Can you just, can you bash one at least?
There's love here.
I'm going to say
let's
the
give
rest
us-
of the... You have to bash one.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Hate this film. No, I'm not.
love
Thank
this
you.
one.
Bash it. Do you like this?
I love this one. But the one with the baby, the latest one.
This is the Edge of Reason.
It gets a
Bash
bit
it.
much.
Do it.
It gets a bit much for me. I'm going to say,
you
I'm
gonna
going to
bash
bash it. I'm going to bash
I'll binge
the silly, stupid film. No, it's not
Thank
stupid.
goodness.
It's actually really good. I just find
Are you
Colin
happy with
Firth...
her accent?
No, I find it very frustrating.
Okay.
I
Bash
find
it.
Colin Firth's awkwardness unnerving. It just makes me uncomfortable. I have
Are
to
you
get
being
up and leave.
sarcastic
Hold on,
now?
it's
I'm
got a
not.
word
It's
now.
very good.
Thank you. Spicy enough. Right, let's move on.
I love this one. Okay, I'll binge that.
Oh, this is...
My favorite is I think every girl dreamt of this proposal in the beginning of the movie where
Yeah.
he took her to the store and then she didn't know where she went and then all the lights came out and she got to pick her own engagement ring.
Yeah, because the guy was just so...
Yeah, he was
They were at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
romantic.
It's giving me bad feelings. This film is giving me bad memories here. Like it brought on an existential crisis about love and relationships and how fickle people can be. Who ended up with the girl in the end? I can't even remember who ended
The
up with
original
his...
husband.
Did he?
Yeah.
Should I be happy
Sorry
about
for
that or
spoiling
sad
it.
about
No, man, you go home to the original.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
what
good.
about the rich guy?
Oh, okay.
Bam.
That's a cult classic.
That's a binge.
That's a binge all day, yo.
You're going to have to put boring movies in there if you want me to bash any of them.
No, I mean, it's beautiful. Go and look at, is it Julia Stiles? Go and look at her speech in the classroom. I mean, obviously the emotions
That one.
Yeah,
Not even a little.
because she wasn't supposed to cry, apparently. That's it.
Yeah, this is... Wow.
I'll binge it, man.
All right,
Hear
binging.
that poem in Afrikaans.
It's better than Afrikaans. Okay, this is also one of my favorites.
I love this one.
No bashing.
This movie, surprise and delight at every corner.
I'm going to bash it because they copied someone else.
They
I
did?
think there was an original. I think there was an English version
you
or
think
a
so?
Korean version. I need JP Sebastian.
Yes.
I need JP Sebastian. I'm pretty
I'll
sure they
binge
copied
that.
the film and just put famous people in it. Brilliant, brilliant famous people. But
Okay, this is my last one. All right.
I mean, that restaurant.
Are you going to have what he's having? Or...
Sorry? The floor is yours, girl.
Yeah, no, hey. Wow.
You know how many people are going to go watch that film now just from innuendo? Yeah.
But one film.
I think generations would come for me if I had to bash that in any way. I cannot, I will not, I shall not.
So, binging it. Okay, that's fantastic. Wow. Okay, now I'm going to tell you, here's the tough part. Out of all the movies you saw there, what is the number one? There's a tough thing. Graham, for you, out of all of them, and if you want me to run through them...
I'll say Love Actually, because that's the one we keep going.
But it wasn't there.
It wasn't there.
Was it not there? No. Oh, no, Notting Hill, my bad. Sorry, Notting Hill.
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman?
Yeah, it's tough, but,
Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Lovely. See, we are binging together, and clearly that was a pretty tough one. Don't worry, next time we'll be more polarizing. But today it is all about binging.
No, there was some great choices.
You said this was a game. A game's supposed to be competitive.
No, we got you. Okay, I tell you what. Next time for Binge It or Batch, we're going to do only movie lines, and they will have to
beat me at something today, I think.
Note for producers. Right. No matter what you love to binge, with Vodacom, you can now access LTE internet for as little as 339 Rand per month. Plus, you can enhance your contract to access a Volcano Mini UPS so that you'll always be connected even during load shedding, which is great. So get to your binge on, or get your binge on, and to find out about all of the information that you require. And you can also enhance your plan. You just have to access these epic deals and devices. Visit Vodacom in-store or online at vodacom.co.za. You are going to love it.
Mzansi, enhance what you love. Add more of what you need to your contract. Choose from a range of enhanced options in-store or online. Further together, Vodacom.
All right, it's time for another lekker lach of the day. And if you want to remain a happy spouse in your house, dear there, we encourage you not to try this at home.
Okay. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Do it.
More of that.
Yes. Do you know what? Didn't she ask for flowers? We gave her flowers.
No. No. How long it is to take that out of your hair?
Oh my, well, that's like weaponized, Dave. Flour in water is weaponized. It's the face.
Wow. Look at that.
What language is she screaming
We
there?
had to block out
It's
what
the
was happening
7th
there.
level of hell. They speak a particular kind of, that's crazy. So just waiting for her head to like, oh my word.
You know, that's what happens, right? When you went to HR this week and you asked for a long weekend leave. That's what...
Can we ask for proof of life of the guy who shot the video, please? Can we put it out
It's
there?
going to be one of those little in memoriam.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's why you need a
my
Dyson.
word.
There's nothing to... It just goes through.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. On behalf of anyone who gets caught, I'm sorry. It's, yeah, not on us. It's on him. Don't worry, we're going to temper the blow. We're going to have a little bit of fun on the show. Jenny Morris is stepping back into studio. After the break, we're going to be whipping up something absolutely scrumptious and delicious. Just take a look at that baby. Oh, my word. And Jenny Morris is going to show us how.
And then, of course, stay tuned. We have more on its way. What makes your bestie your bestie? Share the funniest or most heartwarming story of the moment your friend became your ride or die, and you could win one of 4 cash prizes of 10,000 Rand each in the Sky Washing Powder Friendship Challenge, this 19th to 25th September on Expresso. WhatsApp your voice note to 069 201 5794 and get set to win big with Sky Washing Powder. T's and C's on skywash.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Your timing is great. Why? Because we are still celebrating Tourism Month, and with KZN showing off its natural beauty. I love that part of the world. Kutle had some fun.
Of course, Kutle went exploring so that you can book the perfect adventures on your next vacation. Please take a look at this.
I want more, Carl.
Yeah, I do. I want to leave.
There's no better place to celebrate Tourism Month than in KwaZulu-Natal. I've just arrived in Umhlanga in Durban to kickstart my luxurious weekend as a tourist going around the beautiful province of KwaZulu-Natal, which boasts itself a diverse culture, scenic views, and of course, an exciting nightlife. So get ready to create memories of a lifetime with the Kingdom of KwaZulu-Natal as your tour guide. Brian, what makes Radisson Blue Durban the ideal location for visitors around the globe and also around our country?
First of all, it's the first one in KZN. We jump through hoops to make sure that we bring just that lifestyle experience for the people of Durban. So the location bodes well because just north of here, 8 minutes away, there's King Shaka International Airport. And when you walk in, you're not just in a hotel. You're actually part of a bigger development, which is Ocean's Umhlanga, a world-class shopping mall. You can fine dine, you can have serious entertainment. Some appreciate the artwork which was done in front of the hotel, but some come to Durban, they appreciate the golden lifts. You walk away with an experience that is unheard of on the coast of Durban.
It's time to become one with the ocean and all its beautiful creatures located at Ushaka Marine World. Talk to us about what visitors can expect when visiting Ushaka Marine World.
Where we are now is our lagoon, so we offer snorkeling. It's basically our sea animal encounter island where all our guests can have a one-on-one experience with the sea animals. We offer shark dives, snorkeling, which you'll partake in just now. I'm so excited for you. And then we also have the aquarium, which is the largest in Southern Africa.
KwaZulu-Natal caters for everybody. It's a value for your money kind of destination. I love visiting it because I know every time I come to this province, I am going to be exposed and introduced to new things. Let's get the taste of Durban as we visit the vibrant Brown Sugar. Talk to us about brown sugar. The brown sugar that I know is sweet. The brown sugar I know is a movie, but there's brown sugar here in Umhlanga. What is brown sugar about?
The biggest thing for us was about how do we create nostalgia within a particular group of people. And brown sugar became, that word that whenever you said it, it just made you feel good. But now we had to put meaning behind it. So we had to have good food. We had to make sure that we have, the right aesthetic in terms of our, environment and what people see and experience when they come here. And we want people to walk away saying that, we couldn't find anything wrong.
After a restful night, it's time to enter paradise with a horse riding lesson on the beach. Hi, Budi.
This is a must-do activity because people come from all over the world and the beaches here are unique, they're wide, people are friendly. We also offer other things like beach picnics, weddings, children's parties, besides just a normal beach ride. So we have it for people who've never ridden and people who are experienced riders. They're all welcome to join us.
There's just something renewing and rejuvenating about going onto the beach, and horse riding on the beach gives you a sense of what paradise is all about. So I truly, truly enjoyed that. It doesn't matter where you are in KwaZulu-Natal, whether you are inland or along the coast, you are guaranteed to create memories of a lifetime. A day that starts off with adventure must be accompanied by a night of luxury. This evening, we are dining in a sophisticated world-class bar that stimulates the imagination, the Chairman.
the chairman is about family. It's about bringing together people in a common space. It's really about inclusion, you know, all sorts of people from all walks of life coming together to have a really good time, to enjoy, you know, live music, to enjoy art, and a fusion of things like goats, you know. And really, we've just put our passions and our heart into a menu and presented it to the people we love.
Sometimes all you have to do is visit a new city, a new town, or even a new province to unlock a new level of happiness. KZN does it again, and they continue to do it over and over again by providing me beauty and experiences that are just beyond measure.
Wonderful, eh?
Tough life out there. I'm so sorry, love, that you have to be put through these things.
Yeah, just it's a lap of luxury. Sure, I don't know how you survived, but you know, that's fantastic. Now that you actually know what your itinerary could look like, you just need to find out and find yourself, in fact, suitable dates and, of course, lovely company.
Thanks, Boo.
So-
I will take you. You don't have to drop hints with me, boy. You don't have to do that.
Together.
Even if that company is just yourself, embarking on a solo travel like we often do on this show. I think unbelievably so. Choose the wonders of KZN. It is a one-stop shop for life, for adventures, for a little bit of magic. Go and do it for yourself.
Oh, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have a lot of fun because when it comes to the kitchen and cheesecake, you add Jenny Morris to the mix. You know it is going to be fabulous, but we are not alone. Justin Chetty is also joining us today, brand manager at Parmalat, and we are so excited that you are joining us as we indulge in making a delicious cheesecake. Justin, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are your nerves right now?
11.5.
11.5. I tell you what, by the end of our cheesecake recipe, I'll ask you again, and I can guarantee you it's going to come down.
I'm hoping so.
So, we're going to discover flavour.
Yes.
There's such beautiful flavours, but I need to put Zoe to good work.
Yes.
I need you, darling, to make a little well in the centre because we need to press this cheesecake. We're going to put butter, and then there are so many flavours here. What is your favourite flavour?
Oh, listen, I am enjoying the, I'm looking at the ones there in front of me. Actually, you see, there are so many different flavours. I'm quite simplistic when it comes to the flavours usually. So you give me strawberry, give me banana, but I'm seeing all these decadent flavours. Justin, I feel like you need to talk us through the incredible flavours that we can find.
So, on the fruity side, let me start with that. Some of the incredible flavours you'll find are the...
Multitask.
Oh, of
Okay,
course.
you talk flavour, I'm going to do the work.
I can do it, okay. So we've got our cherry and raspberry. We've got our peach mango. And then we've also got cherry chocolate with a little bit of sweetness with the fruit. But I also think what's really iconic for us is the plain double cream, because that's awesome because you can add fruit to it and just create your own occasion, whether it's a breakfast or lunch or whatever snacking that there is.
Now, a little birdie told me today is a very special day. Justin, is it your birthday?
It is my birthday. I don't know who that birdie is, but it is my birthday.
She's right here, the sweet birdie. I love this. So we are actually making your birthday cake. Little did you know.
Oh, that's really special.
Yes,
Thank you.
we are making your birthday cake. Jenny, I love that this is a two-man move on the go. I mean, Justin, I love that there are all these decadent flavors and the innovation and a bit of surprises for consumers that get to enjoy it.
Come, baby.
There we
Talk to Mama.
Tell me, what makes this range so unique?
On the decadent flavors and our dessert flavors, I think what's really unique about it is it's proudly South African. So we kind of tapped into the nostalgia, into the feeling of it's at home, it's a long time ago, go back all those years. And for that, we've got SA's faves, which is our milk tarts.
Yes.
Everybody knows and loves milk tarts. Then we've got our mint choc chip, which is something we all grew up with at some points in time. And then we've got a double choc chip, and who doesn't know or doesn't love? I do.
I was saying to him earlier, if you had this very special person in your life, what flavour would you serve them?
Ooh, that's quite a tricky one. Would you do the double choc chip?
You nearly, that was a Freudian slip. You know what I would do? I would do something that was luscious. I like the cherry.
The cherry.
Do you like the cherry?
The cherry choc?
Oh, cherry choc, I don't know. I think cherry and rav.
Ooh, okay.
For me.
Oh, Well, Jenny, let's quickly focus before we lose track here on the steps of our cheesecake. I've been softening our cream cheese for us.
Eggs and sugar, and the last thing to go in must be some vanilla essence or extract. And then, darling, we're going to pour that together. You see, I've made one already.
Delicious.
So I need you to bring that to me. This is the hero.
Our hero ingredient,
This is
and we're
the hero.
using the double cream plain
there
flavor.
we go. Yeah, you see, it lends itself. You can pop that down, sweetheart, and we're going to glaze. Bring that here.
Is this the glaze? So
That's
this
the
doesn't
glaze.
go into the actual recipe?
No. You put the vanilla, and I'm going to put one of these in. Look at that. Just look. Just look at that.
Oh, that is beautiful.
It's unbelievable. Look at that. It's like climb every mountain, and it doesn't collapse. It's beautiful. I'm going to eat
Beautiful peak that we add.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to show that.
And then you're going to do this,
Should I
my
glaze?
love. This is your happy birthday. Touch it gently.
Gentle touch.
Gentle
Will
touches.
do.
Gentle touches.
So, Jenny,
Yes.
are you happy with that consistency?
I'm beyond happy.
And then, how long would this go into the oven for?
For about 25 to 30 minutes because it's
Look at
just
that.
look at that. Just look at that. Tell me your mouth is not going to love you.
That is
Your mouth is going to love you.
unbelievable. Okay, have we now established our favorite flavors?
I know who my flavor is.
Cherry and chocolate.
Yes.
Yours?
I'd have to say the milk tart.
The milk tart.
Yeah, I'd like
okay.
going back into the good old days.
I have to say maybe the mint and chocolate for
Oh,
me.
yes.
Yeah, you're a mint and chocolate kind of girl.
Definitely. I love those clashing flavors, and that looks amazing. I love that we've made this cheesecake, had a lot of fun, and of course, if you want to get your hands on this recipe, it is available for you on our website, expressoshow.com. And Justin, happy birthday to you.
Thank
And how nervous are you?
Oh, yes. On a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous are you?
You were right. It's down to about 5.
Okay. The next time you come to visit, there will be no
I think I
nerves.
just need a slice of this.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, our recipe is available for you on our website, expressoshow.com.
Choose Parmalat for better lunches, better dinners, and better family time. Parmalat makes life better and better.
Parmalat.
Delicious. A lot like the entertainment coming your way in the next few moments in a Feel Good Breakfast show in the form of Mfali Koyate, who will be performing for you. And of course, we are celebrating culture as we head into Heritage Day weekend, so make sure you stay there and express your heritage right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Do it like this. Get it, move it, own it. Do it like this.
Bespoke.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. Time for a double header. We've got two amazing performances coming your way and perfect timing as I think the world wants to unite now more than ever before. And here in South Africa, we have that opportunity, and joining us on the stage is Nvali Koyate and his incredible band, his little collective who are made of feel-good energy. So I think you've found a home here, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us, for I want to say gifting us with your talent, but there seems to be an emotion involved in playing this instrument. How much of this is learned skill and how much is intuitive, just embracing it in the moment?
Well, this is my ancestor instrument, but this is not ancestors. This is the new.
It's been updated.
Yeah. But the kora is West African harp, but ancestor. Long time we played that for the king and storytelling, but now we can do everything with.
And you're still telling some very powerful stories with it. I absolutely love the fact that we get to see this live in the space in a very organic way as these performances unfold. When you guys perform as a collective, is it different every time you come together? There seems to be such a vibrant energy when your energies connect. It must be like doing this from fresh every time you do it.
Usually, the audience gives us the energy. We share the energy. Energy, yes, is very important. And this project is Afrotronics. We mix traditional instrument with the very, very new, like hand sonic. We mix them to bring the energy more.
No, completely. And it's introducing culture and history in a way that people can access it and connect to it now more than ever. We have legions of singer-songwriters out there, young people that are creating music. Maybe COVID gave us that gap where people could concentrate on the art, on writing songs, on creating. It feels like we are obviously focused on heritage right now, but it feels different. Do you feel music has changed after these last few years? The way we appreciate it certainly has. Does playing music feel different now?
Yes, they're more different. But for me, my feeling will be you can't close your eyes to the modernity.
100%.
Not possible. But you can use the modernity to carry the traditional. That's my way. We use the technology, computer, electronic, to make another value on our instrument, a traditional instrument like djembe, calabash, and kora. Because you can use that. That's my experience. We make some, I invent another style of music, it's Afrotronics, Afro-electronic.
I love it. Well, I mean, unfortunately, I'd love to say that we can keep those two apart. TikTok won't let us, man. We've got to have tech, and we've got to allow generations now to embrace the past, which means that this is going to exist for 100 more years, which is beautiful. I'm going to let you do what you do best and pump that energy out. Thank you once again for being here. And Nvali is about to perform right now with his incredible, very energetic collective, and they're doing a song that is going to matter to all of us. It's Mandela. Take it away. Enjoy.
Sayadikede. Sayadike. Sayadikede. Sayadike. Tugidifem sayadikede. Tugidifem badamu. Tugidifem sayadike. Tugidifem badamu. Tugidifem sayadikede. Tugidifem badamu. Tugidifem sayadike. 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 Nisaya tumbe moroto kikankelentigi. Nelson Mandela tujesa. Nisaya tumbe moroto kikankelentigi. Nelson Mandela tujesa. Nisaya tumbe moroto kibese kumala. Nelson Mandela tujesa. Moto Kibisi Kumala, Nelson Mandela, Contessa, Sayadike, Sayadike, Nelson Mandela, Sayadike, Nelson Mandela, Sayadike, Nelson Mandela, Sayadike, Nelson Mandela, Sayadike, Nisaya Tumbe Moto Kikankelenzi, Nelson Mandela, Contessa, Nisaya Tumbe Moto Kikankelenzi, Nelson Mandela, Contessa, Nisaya Tumbe Moto Kibisi Kumala, Nelson Mandela, Contessa, Nisaya Tumbe Moto Kibisi Kumala, Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela, Farafina Kunayama, Mimawale, Farafina Mansama, Mimawale, Nelson Mandela, Farafina Mansama, Mimawale, Ayo, yeah, Nelson Mandela, Yanus Kunayere, Farafina Kunayere, Nelson Mandela.
Oh, we love you. Absolutely beautiful. What a very fitting song to see off what has been the most amazing day. So thank you to you. What an incredible day. Thank you to all of our guests. We did it all, man. Absolutely beautiful. And the best part, we get to do it all over again tomorrow for a Book Friday, baby.
I feel like we need still a bit more. I don't know what it is.
I need a flow out of today. Yeah,
I need some free water, which happens to be an Mfali song. So let's do that.
Love you.
Kapitunya dande kibebetaye, jama fenne kidi kibebetaye, jiwo kanya punya feu, fodoba fenne kidi, saninya fenne kidi, sabolutale konoba lutale kidi, yiri lutale sene fenne lutale kidi, jiwo kanya punya feu, fodoba fenne kidi, saninya fenne kidi.
Il faut de l'eau, de l'eau, de l'eau pour les habitants du monde. Il faut de l'eau pour les animaux. Sans de l'eau, il n'y a pas d'agriculture. Sans de l'eau, il n'y a pas d'arbres. Sans de l'eau, il n'y a pas de vie. Sans de l'eau, il n'y a pas à manger. Sans de l'eau, il faut de l'eau. Il faut de l'eau. Nous voulons de l'eau. Pour tout le monde de l'eau. Il faut de l'eau.
Another feel-good production.